Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hot Springs Trojans Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Should be the opening game of conference for our Lady Yellowjackets. We are working tonight without Braden Seitz, so please bear with us a little bit on our tech, but we're going to call a game and keep you in the know with the Sheridan Yellowjackets basketball teams this evening. Looks like we're going to start tonight, as we usually do, with the national anthem here in Hot Springs Trojans Arena.
Welcome to Trojan Arena for tonight's contest between the Sheridan Lady Yellowjackets and your Hot Springs Lady Trojans. We ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, followed by a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for your moment of silence. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Mike Nevins and Charlie Kinzer tonight on the call. Like we were saying, conference opens this evening. Conference season opens tonight. Coming out of a gauntlet with the Yellowjackets getting ready in the preseason non-conference schedule, and then we're getting ready to call starters tonight for the Yellowjackets. Ainsley Stevens as a guard, number 5. She's a freshman. Addie Grumet, also a freshman, number 4, starting at guard this evening. Belle Smith, a senior, 24, Belle Smith. Lily Reed, number 30, also a senior. And Mason Wilson, number 12. 3 seniors and 2 freshmen for the Yellowjackets to get started this evening. And now the home team, the host for tonight, the Lady Trojans. The music starts, all the things that happen in all the arenas around our conference, getting ready to call out the starting lineup for the home team. Number 2, a junior, Samaya Sanders. Freshman, number 3, Aaliyah Finks. Senior leadership, Anaya Humphreys, number 4. sophomore Cherish Smith.
And starting at center, a senior wearing number 22,
Trinity Stiff, a senior, rounds out the starting lineup for the Trojans as they get ready to start this evening. All right, as we get ready to begin, watched a little bit of film this week on the Trojans with Coach Brakebill. Athletic group we're going to play against tonight. Not super disciplined on defense. Hope we can get to the rim. Watched several defensive trips. Think we're going to have a chance to shoot the three ball tonight. Going to have a chance to get to the rim in some big gaps. Hopefully that'll be a chance for us to score a bunch. On offense, they are more of a transition team than a half-court team, so we're going to need to get back and hold them from the rim. If we can do that, we'll be in good shape. And here we go to start the game. The conference season is underway. The tip goes to the Trojans. Yellowjackets show what looks like a zone defense. This is that matchup zone that we talked about a while back. I think that over the time since we've seen each other and talked, Coach Brakebill's kind of added this to the repertoire. And so we're going to start tonight in the matchup zone, kind of a 1-2-2 matchup zone. First shot's no good, so we're going to take it for the chance to put a number on the scoreboard first tonight. Handled at the top by Grimmett. Lily Reed for three. And here comes Mike Nevins joining us on the broadcast. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, everybody. How are you tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. We're here at Hot Springs. Lily Reed with a big three. A couple years ago, I watched her at her sophomore year, kind of coming out party. I think she hit about 8 or 9 threes here. Scored 30-something points. Had a big game, so we'll see if she can repeat that tonight. Steal by Addie Grimmett. Bring it up the right side. Loses her balance. Lost the ball. Hot Springs comes back the other way.
All right, here we go, bringing the ball to the top. Number 3, Finks with the ball, swings it to number 2, Sanders. Going to stay around the outside, look for that outside shot, looks like. Still moving the ball around the perimeter. The zone kind of has them stuck. I think that if Hot Springs has been scouting it all, they probably were thinking we were going to start out in man tonight, and that's not the case. Basket by number 4, Humphreys.
I was in Coach Brakebill's office earlier yesterday, actually, and he and Coach Phillips were talking about that they were probably going to be looking for man, so they come out in zone.
Almost turned over, but ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay on the Sheridan end.
So I do a lot of youth basketball with Coach Smith, and I was talking to him earlier this week trying to get some information on his team, and he said, you know, they've had some tough games. It's like it's been the last few years. He's very athletic, kind of young, and so we'll see how that works out for us tonight. Usually they get a little bit, they'll come out hot, and then they'll kind of fade away in the years past when we played them. So see if the Yellowjackets can put some pressure on them and get rolling here.
Ball comes into the top. Grimmett handles the ball. Back to the top of the key in the huge Trojan helmet logo at midcourt. Lily Reed on the wing. Gonna pass up a good shot for a better shot, looks like.
3 on the shot clock, gotta get it off. Lily tried to kind of force one over there as the shot clock expired and it got blocked, so goes to Hot Springs.
Good defensive set that time by Hot Springs. They're gonna see if they can do something on the offensive end. And they do. That's 22, Trinity Stiff with the 2-point basket. Point blank range right there in the middle of the lane.
They're extremely quick. She drove there with her left and really quick and had her eyes up and found her big open in the middle. Good pass.
Great pass. Not able to finish at the rim, so we're going to give the ball back to the Hot Springs Trojans. 5:10 remaining in the first quarter. Still here early in quarter number 1, just kind of getting our bearings.
A little light pressure by the Yellowjackets. Ainsley kind of forcing them. Good play by Mason Wilson right there. Kind of tied the ball up and stripped it out.
We're going to give that a backcourt call. Give the ball back to the Yellowjackets right here. So, yeah, 4:52 left in the first quarter. 4-3. The Trojans are leading at their place. Like you said, it's kind of early. As the game goes on, we'll probably wear them down. That's been the look in the past. Wilson in the corner. Finds Grimmett. Rotates the ball around to Stevens. Back to Grimmett up top. Wow. Looks like we're going to be physical tonight. No whistle and a turnover to Hot Springs. They're on the run. Offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds off Sheridan. Going to stay with Hot Springs. So a couple early turnovers and an offensive rebound. It's kind of been a theme to start the games. Kind of getting off to a slow start.
That's right, and they've all been on the road, kind of. We are struggling with getting started on the road a little bit, you know, and I don't know if it's the early times. You know, we just sat through a JV girls game, so some of the girls on the bench, you know, they were out here on the bench, you know, cheering on their teammates, so you'd think they'd kind of be ready to roll, but like I said, we can't give up those offensive rebounds, and we have a hard time doing it. There's another one right there.
Yep. While we were talking about the slow start, Bell Smith got her hand on a ball on an inbounds play, went back out of bounds. They bring it back in, offensive rebound, foul, and now we're going to shoot two.
Yeah, Bell made a good defense play in the first one, went to try to make the same play again, and got a piece of the arm, I think, and so gets the foul called on. I think that's just her first, right? Yeah.
Trinity Stiff is 1 for 2 at the line. Moves the score to 5-3 Hot Springs here halfway through the first quarter.
You have to bear with us tonight. I don't have my stats, so we're going to kind of depend on a little bit of their stats up there and on their board and see what happens. So.
Skip pass to Stevens. Stevens to Reed.
They are aggressive on defense.
They are quick on defense.
Bell
Smith in and out.
Good hustle by Addie Grimmett right there. And it comes off of a Hot Springs player. So good hustle there by Addie trying to get that offensive rebound and keeps it alive, keeps it down here for Sheridan.
Yeah, if I was keeping the stats, I would definitely make sure I kept that as an offensive board for Grimmett, even though it didn't end up in her hands. Another turnover. Missed layup, puts the ball back in the Yellowjackets' hands. I like that there were 3 Yellowjackets under the rim waiting for that rebound. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Lily hustled down, Addie hustled down. There's a turnover, trying to get a pass into Lily. Ooh. A reach by Addie.
She got the worst end of that, but they called the foul on her.
She reached first, and then the girl said, "Don't reach on me," and she shoved her about. If there had been seats there, she'd have been about 3 rows deep. Man. Hot Springs' hands on defense are very active. They've got their hands on a lot of passes, a lot of balls. There's another offensive rebound. Bell rips it away. Jump ball.
It should be our ball. They got the tip to start the game, so that should be our rotating possession. We should get that one. And we do. Ball into Stevens. They're playing a really high man. Looks like we should be able to get to that dunk spot down on the baseline. Should be able to get to that dunker spot down on the baseline. Soft bounce, shooter's roll did not go. Couple offensive boards for Bell Smith. Not sure. And again, they're off and running. We're going to have to get down the court quicker. Good job staying in front of the ball. We're back set.
Yeah, Addie and Ainsley both kind of got back and made her turn.
Push floater by number 4, Humphreys. No good. Ball out of bounds. Back to Hot Springs.
You see this a lot, especially on the girls' side when we run a zone. That backside rebound is really tough to come up with sometimes. I think we're going back to a man now.
Great job. Turnover, Hot Springs. Steal by Grimmett. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
No foul, and the ball goes to them. Usually on a ball like that, sometimes the referees will call it out of bounds, but you always give it to the team that just got hammered. And that's what it looked like from up here, that Grimmett just got hammered.
Now, you I like to see is 2-on-1, kind of. I know Ainsley was trailing a little bit. You'd like to see her drop that off to Ainsley on that one now. Especially hindsight being 2020.
Jump ball called. Lily Reed got both hands on the ball, locked it up. Jump ball called, so it's going to stay on the baseline with Hot Springs. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Kind of a slow start offensively for both teams. 5-3 Hot Springs. Timeout called by the Hot Springs coach, Josh Smith. We've mentioned him a couple times already. The youth programs, like Mike said, spend a lot of time playing each other, and so we know Coach Smith, he's got a son that's in the 8th grade and kind of runs the Pee Wee program here in Hot Springs, so he's around a bunch.
Yeah, this time of year I generally have a lot of communication with him, passing back and forth scores and seeing how things are going. We actually bring our jacket ball over here on the 20th of this month, not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, and so we'll all be over here all day.
All right, as we come out of this first time out of the game, Hot Springs is going to have the ball on the baseline. We did a great job face guarding everyone on the last. We'll see if we can keep the ball from coming in. They get it in, but have to take it back to the top, so we get to start over. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of active hands both ways. That backside rebound, offensive rebound, hurts us again. Grimmett gets across half court, finds Stevens.
Hot Springs is doing what we've seen several teams do to us this year. They're really extending that pressure out against our freshman guards, trying to test them. And, it looks like we're playing a little stronger, but I'd like to see us fake passes more and get more passes off the dribble rather than picking it up and trying to make a pass. Good shot by Addie
Addie
Grimmett.
Grimmett, 2-point basket from the elbow, about a 15-footer, makes the score 7-5. That's something I noticed in film watching Hot Springs. Their girls never contest shots. So any shot we want most on the perimeter, we should be able to get any time we want because they're going to have their hands in their pockets while they're playing defense.
I think what you'll see, they'll run at Lily when she's out on the perimeter, but you're right. And that's where they've been traditionally. They don't contest a lot of shots.
That's number 4, Anaya Humphreys with the basket. A lot of push floaters, a lot of playing off 1 foot, getting to the top of the lane and taking that shot.
Hot Springs is extending that pressure out. We're running our offense from about 35 foot. Offense rebound by Lily. Good job.
Bell's going to get one of those soon. That's 2 in a row that have been right there inside the cylinder.
Yep.
9-7, the scoreboard says. 9-7 Hot Springs. 20 seconds remaining. Shot clock's off. Looks like it's going to be the last possession of the first quarter. Wow. Either really good footwork or a really bad call. I'm not sure which. Either way, Anaya Humphreys with another 2-point basket at the top of the key. 4 seconds remaining. Not sure if we know the clock. We do.
And Mason Wilson drank the 3.
I apologize for doubting that they knew that was obviously planned. They didn't have any stress, but I was stressed up here watching the clock run down. Ball to the top of the key. Mason Wilson, 3-point bucket, nothing but net in the quarter with a great shot.
Knowing Mason as well as I do, she was just playing possum. Hey, watch this. There ain't nothing going on. Oh, boom! I got this 3. So, so 11-10 at the end of the first quarter. We're stretching out there. Lily's got 5. Mason's got 3. Addie's got 2. That's our 10 points. Nobody's really in foul trouble. Bell's got 1 and Addie's got 1. Again, Addie. Her foul was a little bit of abuse. She took a little abuse on that one, but that's all. So 2 team fouls in the first quarter. I don't think Hot Springs had a foul called on them.
They did not. Since we saw you guys last or talked to you last, the girls team went to Greenbrier. 2 big contests in Greenbrier. They played the host Greenbrier, and they also played Batesville. Again, that preseason gauntlet trying to get these young guards ready to play in our conference, which is also going to be a gauntlet from beginning to end. Tonight's going to be another test. You got Hot Springs with great athletes. They've already got their hands on several passes. And we start out the second quarter down 1 point. It's going to be our ball to start the quarter. Ball comes into Grumette. So since we talked last, a little bit more ball handling by Grumette. Looks like she's kind of sharing the point guard role with Stevens now. Lily Reed shot from 3, goes out of bounds, and we're going to turn the ball back to Hot Springs.
Yeah, that was an uncharacteristic. That's kind of Lily was wide open and didn't even draw any rim. I don't think it kind of came off hard, and Mason didn't have her hands ready, and it kind of went off of her. So.
Second quarter starts. Kinley Melton gets her first minutes of the game. She should be pretty close to back to full speed. She came off a volleyball injury and was kind of late getting back into basketball, but I'm sure over the last 10 or 12 days she's had a chance to rehab and get stronger with that shooting hand. I'm glad to see her on the floor.
Yeah, Dr. Coach Brakefield, that's kind of the bad part was it was her shooting hand, her strong hand. So, but she's working her way back. Says she's not quite 100% yet, but she's released and she's ready to help this team out.
Stevens, Grumette, Wilson, Melton, and Reed on the floor for the Yellowjackets. Move it around the perimeter as the Hot Springs girls still continue to play zone.
Good drive by Ainsley Stevens there. I think she took a little shot to the mouth on the way to the basket.
She did, but if they would have called that foul, it would have been on the floor, so we'll take it. And we take the lead for the first time tonight. Yellowjackets lead 12-11, 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Going to say the ball went off Stevens' foot. Going to stay with Hot Springs.
You know, and a lot of times on the road, that's what you kind of have to do. You really have to make it through that initial burst of the home team, you know, and hope you can withstand that initial run and then chip away and work your way back.
Another running floater by Hot Springs. Not many jump shots tonight, lots of floaters. Basket goes in and they retake the lead 13-12.
When I watch that, maybe I've got to rethink my strategy with the youth girls. I tell them to quit shooting those runners like that because that's what they all want to throw. And one.
I think we're going to count the basket. We did count the basket. Yes, yes.
Yeah, counted it. Good.
Count the basket, almost like a continuation. Really tough there by Grumette to fight through the foul. Get the ball above the rim. It goes in. One free throw remaining for the old school three-point play.
And that was a very strong move by Addie. A great rebound by Lily. Strong, goes up strong. Threw a lot of contact again and still no call.
We're in front of the ball on defense. That's the first thing we got to do. That's great.
That number 4, she's pushing off every time she gets her hands on the ball, doesn't she?
Looks like they're kind of showing the man defensive look this time, kind of changing it up a little bit. Melton does a great job contesting and staying in front of her girl and then swipes and makes the steal. Stevens beats everybody down the court. And we're going to get the ball out of bounds.
Looks like a lot of body going up. She got the ball up top, but I thought she got a lot of body. There wasn't. I guess they're just going to let them play, huh? Ooh,
another great look.
By Mason.
Offensive board, Mason Wilson. She gets fouled, so we're going to shoot some more free throws. Clock stops with 5:35 remaining in the second quarter.
You know, with the exception of that last 3 by Lily, all of our threes tonight have laid soft on the rim.
They have, absolutely. First free throw's a miss. The original starter, Stiff, comes back in as a post player for Hot Springs. Mason Wilson off the front of the rim, falls through. Stretch our lead to 2, 15-13, Sheridan, 5:32 left in the second quarter. Another man defensive trip by the Yellowjackets. Ball around the top of the key for the Trojans. Entry pass goes too far. Turnover, Yellowjackets ball. That's a tough skill for guards to figure out how to make that entry pass, especially when the post player's not sealing their defender really, really well. It's always a tough thing to teach. Ball comes in across half court. Grimmett getting trapped in the corner. She's able to get it out to Melton. Melton fires the ball.
That was a hard pass. Great pass.
Assist to Reed. Reed with the layup under the basket. 17-13. Yellow Jackets lead. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Ball around the perimeter quickly by the Hot Springs Trojans. Post player comes out to the top. Opens up a driving lane for number 4. Big rebound by Grimmett. We've said her name several times tonight. She's made tons of great decisions. She's been in a couple hustle plays. Been a really good start tonight by Addie Grimmett. Addie's fouled, so the Yellow Jackets will have the ball. 3 early fouls in the second quarter by the Trojans. What a great attempt there by the Yellow Jackets. Ball ends up in the hands of the Trojans, and they're off and running again.
That was a good look by Ainsley. Kinley just couldn't hold on to it quite. She made a good job going up and getting it. And looks like Bell's going to check back in. See who gets a break here. Kinley's going to come out. So Bell's back in for Kinley Melton.
Another baseline inbounds play. How we play these, how any team plays that baseline inbounds play is a big part of the offense for a lot of teams. Another bad post entry, another turnover by the Trojans. Back to our Yellow Jackets.
Real quick, going back to Kinley, you wonder how much strength plays a part in that play down there. She's 100% because she hold on to that ball, and you just wonder how her arm is reacting right now.
Top of the key, Wilson. I think you could call that a foul too.
They're letting them play.
Rebound Trojans. Ball up top. Dribble handoff for the Trojans at the top of the key.
Good play by Mason.
Mason plays great post defense. Gets a hand on the ball.
This would be one of those games where I'm surprised Coach Breakbill has not already gotten at least a warning from a ref. I mean, there's some stuff going on down here that is just, it's like that was a foul. That should have been a foul for Ainsley. And that girl hustled to get back, but she just straight ran through her.
I agree. 17-13 Yellow Jackets. 3:34 left in the second. Trojans call a 30-second timeout. Probably a smart timeout, kind of as we talked about. They got off to a hot start, but have kind of cooled here as we get into the second quarter. This is one of those discussions to talk about, hey, we got to get back to what we were doing. Active hands on defense, fast breaks, try to get out ahead of the Yellow Jacket defense. Because so far, when we've been set up on defense, they've done a really, really good job of causing that turnover, whether it be the entry pass or a steal, whatever it may be. Baseline ball for the Yellow Jackets. We should be shooting free throws, as we said, but we'll take this look and see what we can do with this.
And now you can't grab too hard about it. The fouls are 3-0 in the second quarter. They're just missing a lot of fouls. Addie driving and tried to dump it off and picked off by Hot Springs to go the other way. They almost threw it away. Really trying to saved it to one of their players. And there's a foul.
Sadie Krause checks in for the first time this evening. So now we've got we're playing kind of a real 3-guard front. Really, you could almost call it 5 out, 5 guards if you wanted to.
That's right. Second foul on Bell Smith there. They haven't called very many, but they like to call them on Bell. Golly, of all the stuff that's been going on, the 2 on Bell have been kind of ticky-tacky, right? I mean, they've been soft compared to what's going on.
Hot Springs Sanders at the line. Misses the first. Misses the second off the back. Offensive rebound, put back. Basket for the Trojans. It's funny how the ball kind of knows when that you get that extra chance, it always, or seems to always fall.
That's right.
Bell Smith kicks it to Reed. Reed on the floater. Foul called underneath. We're going to shoot free throws this time. Clock stops again with 2:50 remaining in the half. Yellow Jacket lead's been cut to 2, 17-15 Yellow Jackets.
Good strong move by Lily. Shot the floater, got her own rebound, and then went right back up with it. Gets the free throw.
First free throw's good.
Mason Wilson's going to check back in. Coming in for Addie, give Addie a breather. She's played hard, quarter and a half or a little more. You know, she's been handling most of the ball, you know, most of the pressure. And
great job by Ainsley Stevens. She ends up with a held ball. Should be ours, shouldn't it?
The board's wrong. The table, if the table's right, the board's wrong. They're not switching it on that row. There they go. Now they switched it.
It's still on home. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're kind of confused. Held ball. I thought it was ours just from memory. The scoreboard and the scorer's table say different things, so we're not really sure. They gave it to Hot Springs. Hopefully we'll get the next one. Somebody out there help us remember that it should be ours next time. Good ball movement that trip by Hot Springs.
Good rebound by Bell.
Ends up back in the hands of Hot Springs and bucket. Aaliyah Finks, freshman guard Aaliyah Finks with a basket. We'll see her for several years, looks like.
Long three by Lily, good. She said, you know what, you're going to leave me open, I'm going to take it.
One of the things Lily does really, really well is she shoots off the dribble better than most, in my opinion. Lots of pure shooters, like I would say about her. They really like it off the pass, like to catch and shoot, but she shoots it really well off the dribble. Entry pass. I'm not counting down there, but it seems like that post player staying in the lane a whole bunch.
Yep. Number 22 has been in there a long time tonight.
Spin move by Stevens. Ball's on the floor.
Mason.
We're going to call that a jump ball. That one's got to be ours.
Finally gave it to us.
I sound like I'm complaining. I've been watching junior high basketball for the last couple weeks, and those officials aren't quite as polished. So I've been, I guess, I need to get back in my mindset of I'm just glad they're here because we can't play without them.
That's right.
Skip pass by Bell Smith. At least a college range, maybe an NBA range 3. Just short. Great defense. And we're going to take it back the other way.
I'll say this, if they're going to let you play that way, let them play that way. Any other gym, that probably would have been a charge on, not a charge, but a block on Lily.
Another great assist by the Yellowjackets. Lily Reed to Mason Wilson in transition for the 2-point bucket, layup bucket. We're down to 45 seconds in the second quarter. 23-17, Yellowjackets are in the lead. Another turnover. The Trojans step on the sideline, and we'll take the ball with 39 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here's what I want to watch for now. They're going to let them continue to play like this. This may get chippy, and you can lose it. You can lose a gym, right? You can let it get away. Girls, like number 2 right there, she got pushed from behind. Go in. There's that soft roll again.
Soft roll, shooter's bounce. Lily Reed for 3.
But these girls will get frustrated, both sides, if you keep letting them get hammered, and don't call anything.
Pass to the wing. We got 10 seconds left, looking for a final basket here. Would love a turnover. Lucky we didn't get our third foul right there. Whistle blew, horn goes off. Not sure what we're going to do here. I think we're going to say that we're going to let the quarter go.
Let's see what he does. They're talking about it.
Officials are going to come together. We're going to let it go. That's going to be the end of the quarter.
So at the end of the first half, 26-17 Yellowjackets. Good second quarter. Really, really good second quarter right there. 16-6. I think is what it was, because 11-10 at the end of the first quarter. So looking up there, Lily leading the way. She's hit those 3 threes. She's got 14 points. Mason's got 6. I know Addie's got 2. Ainsley's got 2. And I think that's probably it.
Yep, I loved Addie Grimette's energy in the first half. I thought she did a fantastic job handling the defense, doing those things. Made that look good. Always Mason Wilson and her energy. A couple hustle plays, dove on a ball here just right before the half. Made some big buckets, timely buckets. biggest thing is both teams early were turnover prone. I think we, in the second quarter, did a much better job protecting the ball. They continued to turn the ball over, and I think that's kind of where the score spread out in the second quarter.
You know, we've played some good teams. I don't know that we've played a lot of teams with the speed that Hot Springs has as a group. We played some teams that they had a couple of fast guards, but Hot Springs, their first five are very active, very fast, very athletic. And I think it took, the first 7 or 8 minutes for Addie to adjust to that. It looks like she's cleaned it up a lot in the second quarter. She handled the pressure way better. But on top of that, there was a lot of hustle plays by Addie, like you said, Mason, Ainsley, chasing down loose balls on the defensive end. Lily's hands have been active, even though Bell's got 2 fouls. Like I said,
She's been in the mix on the baseline with the post player.
That's right.
Couple tips. Got a rebound or two that were big, tough rebounds that she had to block out to get.
That's right.
So just a team effort, I guess, is what we are trying to say as we talk about this.
And it came out in the second quarter. Here we are, halftime, and it's a 9-point lead for the Yellowjackets. Real quick, let's talk about some of our sponsors. We haven't talked much about them tonight. We've got Weight Loss of Arkansas, Row, Roof Connect, First Trust Home Loans, Cotillas, the Hop Shop, and I don't have a list in front of me. I'm trying to go down through this. First Trust, I said, yep. And then Allen Farms, so Allen Gate and Panel. So we like to thank our sponsors. Again, tonight, sponsors, please, we'll do our best to mention you, but we don't have Braden here. We are, Charlie and I had to do the setup tonight, and I struggled. So maybe it'll be a little better next time. But without Braden here tonight, we'll try to run some ads. We'll try to switch some stuff out. But I am not the man to sit here and run all this technology. So we did our best to be able to get on here and even get us live tonight.
Well, I knew we'd get live. I wasn't sure we'd get here on time.
We were lucky to have Charlie talking when the game started. How about that? So we've got that going. I want to thank my wife Abana. She's here tonight running the scoreboard and the clock for everybody. So we'll thank her tonight. And so right now what we'll do is we'll take a little break. And there's 4:40 left in the half, so we'll come back here in a couple minutes and bring you the second half from Hot Springs. Welcome back to Hot Springs. There's about a minute and a half left in halftime of the girls' game. The Sheridan girls will come out of the locker room. The boys are out on the court just kind of warming up. If you're watching a little bit while we're watching the Sheridan end, you'll see a couple dunks. So as we go, Charlie, what are we looking for in the second half?
Well, I think it's going to be more of the same. Like I said, active hands on passes, but not getting their hands up on shots. So I picture that we're going to have quite a few good open looks around the three-point line. I love that we're driving to the lane. We found several of our players down on the blocks on those transition layups late. It's going to be more of the same. We've got to protect the ball. Obviously, you got to make some shots. And other than that, just do what we do. I think Coach Breakville had a solid game plan for tonight. We run a seven girl rotation here, so everybody should be ready to go. Nobody's in foul trouble, so we're going to get to see what we're made of. About 28 seconds. The Yellowjackets have made it back out to the bench. They're ready. They're out in front of their bench. Haven't seen the Hot Springs girls make their return yet.
We've got refs. We've got the visiting team. We're clearing the court. And here comes the Hot Springs girls. Well, that was a little violent on the rim down there.
All right.
I think you could see that. I don't know if Carter picked that up or not, but Hot Springs was warming up, and they were coming out. The boys come off the court, and one of their players just absolutely tomahawked one. So here comes Hot Springs. We're getting ready to get this second half started.
All right, here we go. Everybody is in their places. Referees, home team, away team. All we need now is a basketball. Come on, help us out, scorers table.
Basketball looks like the original starting five for Sheridan. I believe the same for Hot Springs.
You're correct. That is the same starting five that came out to begin the game. Ball comes in to start the second half to Hot Springs. Bring it across half court. Start their perimeter motion, and Lily Reed goes ahead and gets the first steal of the second half.
I'm going to tell you, I've never seen so many just swatting down, hammering down blocks that don't get called as fouls.
Another turnover by the Trojans. Great transition. Made what I thought was going to be a solid pass to the teammate, and off her hand out of bounds. 7:33 remain here in the third quarter, early in the third. Going to slow it down and start a half-court set. Moving it around the perimeter. That's Stevens, finds a diagonal pass. And they're going to say it went off Bell's hands and back to the Trojans.
Hot Springs walks it down the court, comes out.
Freshman guard with the ball up top. She swings it. Again, still around the perimeter. Looking for that entry pass into the post. Lily does a great job denying that pass for as long as she can.
Good rebound by Mason. Good block out. Quick hands.
Ball comes back to, I don't know.
Bell, and you called in the first half. You said those were going to start dropping.
Yep.
She had rimmed out a couple, and so she was close. So here she comes.
Yep.
Gets one to drop, and we'll see what happens from there.
Again, Hot Springs moves the ball around the perimeter. And we find the first foul of the second half with 6:27 remaining. A little reach-in foul called at the top.
On Bell. I'm a little flabbergasted. I don't get it.
Entry pass comes into number 4. That's Humphrey. She's a senior. Doesn't like the look down low, so she brings it back to the top to kind of reset. 27 remain on the shot clock. The ball's off Bell Smith's hand. They're going to keep it with Hot Springs.
I I think in between games, I'm going to go to the referee's locker room and ask them how do they know Bell and what do they have against her? Because I mean, it has been they have not let her breathe. You know, everything's off of her. There's fouls on her. I mean,
something to watch here. We're down to 10 on the shot clock. It did not reset when the ball went out of bounds. Don't know that Hot Springs is aware. They did find an easy look there, though, so they took that right before the shot clock, and a rebound by Lily Reed.
I actually think the Hot Springs girl had that, and Lily ripped it out from her hand, so good, strong move by Lily right there.
Great job with the crossover there to keep the ball out of the corner by Stevens. Ball moves around the perimeter. Another great soft shot. Wilson got shoved there, and I bet you she thinks she got fouled, but I think it was one of the Yellowjackets that was crashing there that got her.
I agree with you. I think her and Lily were both crashing to get that rebound, and I think Lily may have bumped her.
A little bit strong by Melton. Backside rebound, Mason Wilson. Bucket, Wilson. Lead spreads 31-17 with 5 minutes remaining in the third.
That was one of those, Mason's had a couple offensive boards and tried to put back, and that kind of rolled off the rim. May have had a little help getting bumped, you know, and stuff, but she finally got one to fall. And so maybe the same thing for her as it was with Bell. Maybe we'll see her get rolling here.
Defensive rebound this time by Kinley Melton, and we're back on transition. Yellowjackets going to run the offense almost halfway through quarter number 3. Like to have seen that ball come on all the way around in reverse. Kind of got it stuck. Another great diagonal pass.
What a great look by Lily. Great look by Lily. Good move by Kinley to catch that ball and go up strong, get the basket, and Hot Springs calls a quick timeout.
It's a tough look when you've got that zone. That diagonal look is often open, and Lily Reed found Melton for the bucket. Good, strong layup by Melton. Didn't worry about any contact and put it in the hoop. 33-17, 4:39 remain in the third quarter. The fans continue to kind of pour in. We've got the high side over same way at Sheridan Yellowjacket Arena. They don't pull out the bleachers, and we've got the high side. Some of our fans and players are sitting down in the gold seats under the basket. Dance and cheer have both made it tonight. Glad to have them here with us.
And you have another night where Sheridan faithful, you know, travel and they show out. I know we have more people here than what Hot Springs does right now. We'll see if that changes for the boys' game, but you know, right now we got a good crowd here from Sheridan, so we want to thank them for traveling as always.
Ball comes in, a little bit of full court pressure. Stevens is going to turn the guard from Hot Springs. There's a lot of time there where she didn't control it, but at the end, she did get the shot up. Offensive rebound. Now we've got a foul called.
Mason.
Okay.
That was the cleanest play that I've seen tonight. And Mason her reaction showed it. I think she had a lot of ball. Now, I'm not saying that the first trip through the lane that guard didn't get destroyed. You know, she's probably got a Charlie horse and a couple knots on her head, but I mean, this is good strong rebound by Mason right there.
Both free throws fall out, so no harm there. Mason with the rebound, and now she has the ball at the top of the key. Looks like we're going to set up a play here. Looking for the back door, didn't find the back door.
Ten seconds on the shot clock.
7. Okay.
She's long. 22 is long.
Block
she's made
shot.
a few good blocks.
Yep, block shot. We're going to take it back the other way. There's guard number 3, the freshman. Ball taken away by another freshman. Ball taken away by another freshman. And a left-handed layup bucket by Hot Springs. Clock says 3:33 left in the third. Scoreboard says Sheridan leads 33-20. Only foul trouble right now is Belle Smith. She has 3. No one else has more than 1. because they really hadn't called very many.
It's been a clean game. I mean, I'm glad we don't get fined for talking about the refs.
Trying to be good.
But we'll say this: Bell Smith has 3, and I think the rest of the game altogether has 3.
Coach Breakbill calls that timeout, gives them a chance to kind of gather themselves. Keeping an eye on the junior high action tonight. The boys are playing Whitehall in the Yellow Jacket Arena tonight. 8th grade's on the floor right now. It's a 10-point deficit in the junior high boys game right now. Back to our game live. That's Kraus. What a great look. Assist Kraus, bucket Melton on a set play. I'm sure that's one of the things that Breakbill talked about in his timeout, was kind of getting into that chin action, that flex cut, that's what that's called. And we're able to get that open look and a bucket. Missed by Hot Springs. Great post defense, kind of shared there by Reed and Wilson. And ball's back up top now with Grimmett. Handles it with her left. Finds Lily Reed. Great pass.
Great pass to Mason, and Mason might have got fouled again, but we're not going to call it. But we'll get a jump ball right here. So, I mean, honestly, tonight defensively, I've seen so much stuff that I tell my youth kids, you can't do this or they're going to call fouls. And little did I know, I need to keep this in mind when we come to Hot Springs here in a couple of weeks.
All right, back to that 1-2-2 zone defense. Going to try to keep the Trojans on the perimeter. They're going to have to find a look they like from the outside. Going to try to keep them out of the lane. They found the high post and really good ball movement. Found that bucket. Update on the score: 35-22 Yellow Jackets. 2 minutes left in the third. Wilson handles the pressure, gets the ball across half court. Kind of uses a rub screen to get to the spot. Kraus, another shot that was inside the cylinder, comes out, rebound to the Yellow Jackets.
Hey, she's got such a quick release out there on that three-point shot. When she catches it, she's ready to let it go.
You got to also give a little bit of credit. That was a really good pass right in her shooter's pocket.
That's right.
Going to call a push foul on the Yellow Jackets. Number 11. Melton pushed the young lady in front of her, so we're going to give the ball back to Hot Springs. 13-point lead, little under 2 minutes left in the third.
I believe that's the first time he's blown his whistle tonight. Right. Mason tips the ball away there. Hot Springs was driving to the basket down the left side, and Mason got in there and got a piece of it, knocked it out of bounds.
Another tip. Mason got her hand on that one too.
Strong move by number 2.
I like number 2, Sanders, 5'11" junior from Hot Springs. I've seen her now. She's gone over both shoulders, had that little quick spin move off both shoulders. Kind of been the post offense to that for Hot Springs. Back in the hands of the Yellow Jackets. Reed has it in the corner. Brings it out to the top with the dribble. Swings around the Kraus with the handles and gets blocked as she gets to the rim. Transition miss.
What's he?
Going to call a foul on number 12. Foul on Wilson. That's a push on Wilson.
Huh.
That's not been something we've seen a lot where Kraus attacks the rim, but that was a great look.
Yep.
Got all the way to the rim.
Try to use your left.
Yep, just ran into one of those long outstretched arms of the post players from Hot Springs. Another great post defense by our Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
They have done a fantastic job getting their hand on that ball time and time again throughout the night. Lead's been cut to 11. Make that 9. Hot Springs is going to have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
At this point in the third quarter, with 45.6 seconds to go, the fouls are I think actually Sheridan has 6, and Hot Springs has 0.
Ball comes in. Hot Springs to show pressure in this last set of possessions of the third quarter. Wilson handles the ball like a guard, gets it up across half court. Off the leg of Hot Springs, ball's going to be to the Yellowjackets. Off the leg of Hot Springs, we're going to have the ball on the baseline.
Little line action. Ainsley's looking to get it in.
Finds Grimmett at the top. Shot clock is off. Not sure that they should. Well, I guess they would have reset it after the turnover. Yep. Ball's on the left side with Bell Smith. Great look. That flex cut has been good for us the last while. Getting the ball to this left wing and finding that cutter across the middle. That only works if they get a great screen up at the elbow and if they sprint to their spots.
And you've got to, and the ball handler has to see the cut and has to pass it on the cut and not wait till she gets to the block. And they've done a good job of that tonight.
About 10 seconds here left in the third quarter. Didn't get a good jump stop there. Turnover with 8.5 seconds left. Melton's going to come in for Grimmett.
It almost looked like Addie was looking to hand that ball off as they've been doing across the top, and for whatever reason, Mason maybe went underneath.
To be fair, there was a lot of body push on that one too.
Right
so
yeah, no, I agree.
All night long, they just let that one go.
But don't slap the ball.
Third quarter ends. Yellowjackets lead 35-27. 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter. That quarter was filled with fouls and
fouls and not fouls, and we had stretched it out to one point. We stretched it out at one point to what about?
I think we were 13.
13.
Yep.
And then Hot Springs chipped away, stayed kind of resilient. You know, sometimes in the last few years you haven't seen that out of a Hot Springs girls team. They get them into double digits, and they tend to kind of start letting loose a little bit, but they've held it together and chipped away, and they're down 8 going into the fourth quarter.
We made that early 3 in the third. Bell made that early 3. That may have been the only one we made in the third quarter. That was a big part of our offense in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like Hot Springs has extended back out on that defense a little bit, trying to get them off, trying to run us off the 3-point line a little bit. It's worked, but it has opened up other things. We've got to finish around the rim, right? We keep getting to the rim and attacking, and we just need to finish around the rim. If we can do that, I think we'll pull away here in the fourth quarter.
Yellowjackets start the fourth quarter with the ball. Right now, Ainsley Stevens at the top of the key as we get ready to set up the offense. Make it around the key the first time. Lily Reed, open, good look from the top of the key. That's lots of people's favorite 3. Just misses. Rebound comes back to the Trojans in the hands of number 3, Finks. Big rebound there by Lily Reed again. We've said that numerous times tonight. Big rebound, tough rebound in a hectic lane. Wilson was ready. Another rebound by Reed. Puts it back and stretches the lead to double digits. 10-point lead for our Yellowjackets, 7:09 remaining. Need to get a stop. Kinley was late.
Oh, that's got to be over the back. My goodness. Wow.
Kinley was late getting there, but did a good job contesting when she did get there. Shot was missed. Ball goes out of bounds. Back to the Yellowjackets. Full court, Trent. We're going to call a timeout. Full court press. Kind of the first time it was a full court look. So Breakbill's going to draw up a play and get ready to break this press. Put a strategy in so we can protect the basketball.
I think the girls were really surprised. They turned around and boom, there's Hot Springs. So I think they were a little surprised to see that full court pressure, but down 10 with 7 minutes to go. You got to start doing a little something, try to chip, trying to cause turnovers. Um, as we've noted tonight, and we'll see what happens in the fourth quarter, the refs have let them play. So you could put some full court pressure on here and get away with a little bit of stuff and end up with some layups and see if you can make a game out of it.
As we come out of this timeout, I'll mention a couple of our sponsors. I just saw Miss Melissa Rowe walk by, reminded me Weight Loss Arkansas. Inbounds play comes in and is turned over, but a miss by Hot Springs puts the ball back into possession of our Yellowjackets.
Rebound by
Transition.
Bell Smith.
I really like how quickly Stevens transitions the basketball. Point blank in the lane, didn't get the bucket, and we're back to having possession. What a great look.
Pass. Ainsley's in no man's land down there against those big girls, though.
She was stuck, finds.
I heard her call it.
Yeah. Lily Reed for three. We're just going to say Lily Reed for three. Bucket. Right. Yep. Stretches the lead to 13, 6.5 minutes to play. Give that assist to Ainsley Stevens. Several times tonight on offense, she's pushed the ball down the court very well. We're going to say that was a jump ball and give it with the rotating possession arrow. It's going to stay with Hot Springs. They're going to put it on the far side below the free throw line, even though I'm going to stop. Active hands again. Foul called underneath. I think that's a great foul, though. I think that's a great foul based on watching these young ladies shoot free throws from Hot Springs tonight. I think that this is going to be a better chance to give up none or one than the point-blank layup.
Right, that's right. And that's what you want to see. I mean, just 22 has been around the basket all night. She's done a good job of putting the ball in the basket when she's had the opportunity. So she makes the first free throw. I thought Ainsley was in good position there. She that's as straight up as most people have played it all night.
First free throw goes in. Second one's going to be short. Going to stay with Hot Springs. They say that it was knocked out by the Yellowjackets, so it's going to stay with Hot Springs. 40-28's the score. Yellowjackets lead by 12 points. 6 minutes remaining, so we got 6 minutes left in the game. Soft pass taken advantage of by Wilson. Wilson to Stevens. It comes out. Big rebound by Melton. Big rebound by Melton. Held ball. Going to stay with the Yellowjackets on our end.
So the Yellowjackets have a sideline out of bounds. Gets the ball into Ainsley.
Coach Josh Smith from Hot Springs is asking for more pressure.
Good look, good look by I think it was Kinley out there, and good cut by Bell, and turns and goes up strong. 42-28.
Again, that flex cut has been the play tonight. That's been where we found most of our buckets under the basket. Wow. Trying to finally get control. Bell Smith with the offensive rebound. 5:13 left to play. We can start to work the clock a little bit now if we want to. Full court pressure is real. Stealing a layup by Hot Springs, gets their bench up. 12-point lead still for the Yellowjackets. No need to worry yet.
We don't need to panic. Just stay in our game.
Stevens back to Wilson at the top. Rebound, and now we're going to start. Ball got loose. Let's see if we can switch directions. Minute or so from both teams there with a little bit of hodgepodge and just
frantic rushing to the basketball, trying to do things. We don't have to rush. I think that was the play the girl made on Lily, putting that pressure on full court. That's not something she's going to be able to do every single possession because she's not going to put out that energy, I don't think. So she put it out, made it happen, and that kind of almost made us frantic. And we kind of rushed. So now Hot Springs calls a timeout. Coach Greg will get in there in the timeout and settle them down explain to them we've got a 12-point lead. Just break the press and get in our offense. We don't have to force things.
Oftentimes, when you watch the press in high school basketball, you think the only time it's successful is when you get a steal. But lots of times, it's just as important just to speed up your opponent. They take that rushed shot that ends up being an easy rebound in transition like we just saw. So it doesn't always have to be a steal. Great timeout here to kind of reset and make sure everybody knows that being up 12 points with only 4 minutes left, they can't score if they don't have the ball. So kind of take the air out of the ball a little bit. And
as much as you can with the shot clock era.
Absolutely. The shot clock does change that up a little bit. But
so with the way things have gone tonight, I'll be interested to see when it comes time that Hot Springs needs to start fouling, what do the referees do?
It's a great point. It's a great point.
Because they've let them play all night.
Breakville starts out in the zone, 3-2 zone. Great job by Bell getting across in front of the post player.
Kick ball.
We're gonna put
I'd probably ask Ainsley to not chase that ball so far out. I understand want to put a little pressure on her, but I don't think they're going to kill us out there.
Well, the biggest piece of defense there by far, in my opinion, was Bell Smith getting across the lane, getting it to the other block. When that ball transitioned to that corner, she kept it from getting in the post.
That's right. And there she is again doing the same thing when it comes in.
Being real active in the post. And it's tough to be a post player defensively sometimes, because when you're that defensive post player, you don't know the ball's coming until it's on its way. So you've got to do that work when you're not sure if it's even going to pay any dividends.
And there's a lot of times you see that. There's a lot of times you see where where kids don't put out that effort, and that's why those cross-court passes are open, the block is open, and so, great effort there by Bell.
Good action, really, right now by all the Yellowjackets. Bell had to pop out there on the wing that time. Great contest, finds the other side. Another miss by Hot Springs. Ball comes out to Grimmett. She definitely rebounds above her size. There's no doubt about that. Ball back to Grimmett at the top. She's in that giant Trojan logo. Stevens spins, drives the rim, left hand.
Nice strong move with left.
We've talked about that numerous times this year. Her left is almost as good as her right when you get under the basket. Maybe as good. Out of bounds, comes back to the Yellowjackets. 44-30, 3:34 left to play. Hot Springs the bench is asking to really face guard and put on the pressure. Again, Stevens faster than everybody coming down the court. Finds Grimmett. Grimmett in the corner to Bell Smith. Just misses, ends up in the corner with Hot Springs. They're going to say it's off Melton, and Hot Springs is going to keep the ball. Yellowjackets up 14, 3 minutes left to play.
And I'll tell you what I saw out of Hot Springs after Ainsley made that shot. They their effort just, like on that full court right there, it kind of just dropped. So they feel like with 14 down with 3.5 minutes to go, it felt like they were out of it. And they may be, but you'd like to see them keep that effort up.
Missed three by Hot Springs. Rebound comes off to Melton. Full timeout.
If you're Coach Smith, you want to see that effort stay up. We've seen games like that. We've been on this side of a few games as with the girls, and it seems like our effort stays up at least, right? So that's what you want to see in a situation like this if you're a coach. So here we are, 2:57 to go in the fourth quarter. Sheridan up 44-30. Foul situation. Sheridan's got one team foul. Hot Springs has not fouled in this quarter. They only fouled once in the third quarter, so they played a really clean second half. Neither team is in foul trouble. Bell's got 3, but with 3 minutes to go, you're okay with that. Hot Springs has one girl with 3. I'm still at a loss. 1, the foul situation, and 2, seeing it with my eyes to watch Hot Springs off of one basket just lose their effort, because they were putting out pretty good effort up to that point. So hopefully the girls, hopefully Sheridan has broke them a little bit, and we'll just pull away here at the end.
We'll let this timeout be brought to you by the Hop Shop Custom Apparel. Darren Hobson, been a Sheridan guy for a long time. They do uniforms for sports teams. They do polos if you need polos for work or work uniforms, those kind of things. Reach out to Darren Hobson at the Hop Shop.
Sheridan gets the ball in, moving it around, working the clock a little bit until you're just going to give me a layup, and Bell's going to take it and get the and one. So great move by Bell. You can see she hesitated a little bit because I'm sure coach said, hey, let's burn some clock. But if you can drive a truck down the lane, you need to drive a truck down the lane, right? And she got there, and the Hot Springs girl got there late, and picked up the foul and the end one, and here goes Bell to the free throw line.
I don't know if Coach Brakebill said it or not, but I know he thought it. If we can get a layup, we'll take a layup.
That's right. So she makes the free throw, gets the end one, the old-fashioned three-point play, and we're up 17 now.
Yeah, 47-30. Remember, this is the beginning of conference season, so these wins, they matter.
This is the new season.
Great tip ball by Melton. She's had a couple really solid minutes here as she comes in. Bell, bucket. Another three, Bell Smith stretches it out. Now we're up 20. All of a sudden, 20-point lead, just like that. Second and fourth quarters have belonged completely to the Yellowjackets tonight.
You saw there Lily with the anticipation. She almost got to it. She knocks it out of bounds. So she saw that coming and was looking to go the other way. And another good play.
Melton with another tip. Lots of coaches stat that. If you're a team that focuses on defense, I think about like Chris Beard's Texas Tech team, and now he's at Ole Miss. They stat how many times we get tips and touches throughout the game on the defensive end. It's important, and Melton's had one on the last two trips.
And there's been a bunch tonight. What?
Shot clock violation.
Great defense by the Yellowjackets.
Great defense by the Yellowjackets. No communication there by the Hot Springs Trojans. I think this is going to be a timeout by the Trojans. They're going to talk about what just happened. So 1:42 left to play. The Yellowjackets have spread out the lead. 20-point lead. We lead 50-30. Just under 2 minutes to play.
All this fancy stuff in this arena, I don't see where the timeout. They don't show how many timeouts are left. They got the overhead scoreboard that they just put their logo on. They got the two boards on the end, and I don't see anywhere it says timeouts left. Do you?
I do not see that.
I'm pretty sure Coach Smith has called. This may be his last time out. I don't know. But down 20, and Hot Springs is playing with no sense of urgency. I think here, like I said, in the second and fourth quarter, Sheridan has really put it on them, on Hot Springs, and it's got them. I think it's got them defeated, and now we just finish this out strong, and look forward to the next game.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if it wouldn't have been a girls' JV game tonight, then we might have had a couple more subs there at the 20-point mark. Ball comes in, easy basket in transition for Wilson. Sideline inbounds pass goes right there. Sadie Krause finds the court. She's back in the middle of the zone. Number 2, Sanders from Hot Springs finds the lane and makes a 2-point basket. There's Belle Smith. Doesn't make that basket. Kind of got underneath a little bit too far. Again,
some contact there.
Again, too, Sanders is the young lady from Hot Springs that takes it to the rim. Missed basket. We're under a minute now. 20-point lead. Bell handles the ball. Going to get another 3 up. Rebound comes off to Krause. Ends up in the hands of Lily Reed, left hand. Give Krause the assist. Give Reed the bucket.
Hey, give Sadie credit for passing that ball off of number 21 to Lily there, and Lily getting the basket. So.
Shot clock's off. 26 seconds remain. Going to say the ball stays with Hot Springs. 21.4 left on the game clock. Looks like the Lady Jackets will start the important season, the conference season, 1-0. Kind of shocked. Number 3, Fink, the freshman, really good guard, hadn't really looked to shoot it very much tonight.
She tried to be a facilitator, try to get everybody involved, and so Lily's going to dribble this one out. Let's talk about the job Lily did tonight. She scored 21 points. Had a really good first half, really big first half. Kind of turned the tide there in the second quarter, made a couple threes. I think Bell had 9, and we had a couple girls with 4, and so a good after the first quarter, we'll say a good solid game by the Yellowjackets.
Played the best in the second and the fourth.
Right.
But did have, I would give a check mark for the second, third, and fourth.
So we talked about the gauntlet they ran in the non-conference schedule to get them ready for the conference schedule. Hot Springs put up a fight that I don't think you're used to seeing Hot Springs put up after they came out. They won the first quarter. Like I said, the second quarter, Sheridan really put it to them. But they put up a little fight, and I think playing those stronger teams in the non-conference helped Sheridan. Hey, we've got this. Let's gather ourselves. Let's go in here and win. So,
to me, the game that got us ready for tonight was the Sylvan Hills game. Very similar opponent as far as skill set and the pace we had to play at to be successful. I think that game being scheduled early in the non-conference was a huge big deal and made tonight very possible.
Yeah, that's right. So here we are. The boys are going to warm up. There's about 9.5 minutes left. We'll take a little break. When we come back, we will talk a little bit about the boys and where they're at in their season so far as they start the conference season, and we'll get into the boys game. All right, welcome back to Hot Springs. About 3.5 minutes to go in the pregame. As the boys continue to warm up, we'll start discussing this. For everybody that's here listening right now, know that on Friday, the Yellowjackets welcome Arkadelphia to the Yellowjacket Arena. So if you've got nothing going on Friday night, then come on out and support the Yellowjackets. And on Saturday, Jack of all plays Ben, come on out and enjoy some real basketball on Saturday, all right?
All right, so the arena will be lit up Friday night and Saturday morning. Okay.
3rd through 6th grade will play Saturday, and but yeah, Arkadelphia comes to town Friday. I don't remember the last time we played Arkadelphia in basketball. Do you?
Not in high school basketball. We played some junior high and some pee-wee stuff, but I don't remember the last time we've done high school. It's kind of crazy that the first week of conference we get our bye in the first week, but we did this year, so we filled that non-conference spot with Arkadelphia for the girls and the boys on Friday night. Come back next week, back into conference play. We've got Pine Bluff on Tuesday at our place, and then Lake Hamilton comes to our place on Friday next week. So Arkadelphia, Pine Bluff, and Lake Hamilton will be the next 3 games for our high school team. Since we've seen you guys or talked to you guys last, several non-conference games. Played a little Sheridan Classic at Sheridan. Had some teams come in and play. Joe Scott's Yellowjackets are 5-0 in the last 5 non-conference games. Had some really big individual performances. Jace had a 30-point game. Jace Gatlin, sophomore Jace Gatlin, had a 30-point game last week at Monticello. And then Beckett Scott said, anything you can do, I can do better. Came back against Bauxite with 31. So sophomores scoring big numbers. Finally got above the rim. I got to see my first Sheridan dunk of the year, and actually got to see 2 and 3 trips. Dawson Griffin gets a baseline 2-hand slam, goes down and blocks the ball on the other end the other night, comes back down and gets the exact same 2-hand slam again, back to back. So lots of good stuff with the Yellowjackets.
I think also in that classic, DJ had a dunk.
DJ had a big dunk. Wilson Reed's been playing some great minutes as a freshman.
Yeah, the game against PA the other night, they had a kid that was not beating us up pretty bad, but was doing everything he could for PA to win. And in the 4th quarter, Wilson come in and got on him and did a really, really bang-up job on him. So Wilson doing some good things offensively and taking care of the ball, right?
I think my favorite Lane Bickford fact is he keeps shooting that trail 3, that big trail 3 from the top. It keeps going in, so we'll watch for that tonight.
Coach Scott told me one thing that he's never had since he's been coaching is 4 kids averaging double figures in scoring. So right now he's got 4. Jace is averaging 15.5 points a game. Beckett's averaging 13. Dawson Griffin is averaging just under 12, and Lane is right at 11 points a game. So we'll see if they can hold out for the year. That'd be kind of a cool stat to have, right? 4 kids averaging double digits. We're getting ready to do the starting lineups. Sheridan in their Duke-inspired black unis again tonight. Hot Springs will be in their home whites. Looks like our regular starting lineup for the Yellowjackets.
For Sheridan. Starting at guard, age 6-foot sophomore, wearing number 3,
Beckett Scott, the sophomore, getting a start, coming off his 31-point performance against Bauxite. DJ Trotter, junior, wearing number 4. Sophomore Jason Gatlin, wearing number 5. The big junior Dawson Griffin, and then the anchor, the big man, the 3-point shooting big man, number 50 Lane Bickford, the senior.
Real quick, while we're getting ready to transition to Hot Springs, I saw Mouton down there, Asher Mouton. He had 7 threes the other night in the JV game. Made 7 3-pointers. Let's talk about the Hot Springs Trojans, coached by Josh Hayes. You might remember his older son, Jay, is now at UAPB. Tonight we'll get to meet his younger son, freshman Van Hayes. So we've got coaches and their sons on both sides tonight. Nick Haynes, number 12. Nick's a sophomore. Ladrell Williams, where's number 1? He's a junior. He's going to be the oldest guy that starts tonight for Hot Springs. Darren Hicks, one of Beckett Scott's summer teammates, going to play against him tonight. Darren Hicks, number 4, a sophomore for Hot Springs. Judah Johnson is an athlete, ladies and gentlemen. He's the guy that we talked about at halftime that put his nose in the rim and about took it down. And then number 3, Van Hayes. Van Hayes, Coach Josh Hayes' younger son, a freshman. He'll get a start tonight. All right. So I guess a couple themes tonight. We got 2 young teams on the floor, only 1 senior starting on the entire court. Both coaches have a son that's in the starting lineup. And we're ready for a big game. I know Coach Scott said that as athletic as they are, they're going to kind of want to press and put some pressure on us, try to junk it up a little bit. So I think a good way to describe it, they're going to run in transition. We're going to do what we always do and get into the half-court sets and looks. We're going to need to shoot the ball well tonight at their place to win, and they're going to need to turn us over and get to the rim if they're going to beat us. So,
yeah, that's one thing Coach Scott said is that you got to take care of the basketball tonight, stay out of foul trouble, play good, solid defense, and try to keep them in front of us. So here we go, the tip, controlled by Sheridan. There's Beckett strong on the rim, 2-0 Jackets.
3 seconds into the game, Yellowjackets have their first lead, 2-0 Yellowjackets. Yellowjackets going to start in a zone. Interesting look here, kind of trying to keep them off the side, keep them in the middle, it looks like. They find the corner. Looks like their goal is to find that corner. Another thing I heard Coach Scott say is they're going to play about 10 different defenses on us tonight. As number 12, Nick Haynes makes his first 3 of the night.
I don't know if you saw that. He made that 3 and turned around and barked at Coach Scott.
Okay. Big entry pass. We talked earlier about entry passes being tough. That was a tough one. Got it to Dawson. A little bit of push underneath, and he wasn't able to make the shot. That's Hayes at the top of the key. Takes a long 2, comes off to the Yellowjackets. Jace Gatlin handling the basketball. Great diagonal pass.
And what you got to remember is if the girls' game was any indication, they're going to let them play tonight. So the guys better be ready to go strong and take care of the basketball and go up strong to the basket because they're going to have to finish.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of contact. You're going to have to get through that contact. And then who knows, they may blow the whistle randomly every once in a while. Look for the 3-point basket there. Beckett Scott with a miss. They call Lane Bickford with the hold on number 12. First foul on the Yellowjackets goes to Bickford.
And they just kind of got tied up. Like Lane was trying to block out. I think the kid had a hold of his jersey, and he kind of trying to rip him off.
Hayes with a long 3 and a miss. Rebound goes to Trotter. Handles it, gets it across midcourt into the hands of the point guard. Looks like one of the big ideas here tonight is to look diagonal. Jace with the ball in the hoop, but it bounces out. Rebound to Hayes. Hayes on the push. Kick to what looks to be the shooter tonight. This time it comes off. Rebound to Lane.
Good rebound by Lane to gather it up. Long pass to DJ, just out of his fingertips.
Good look, just kind of pushed it through a little bit too far. Off Trotter's fingertips, out of bounds. Turnover goes back to Hot Springs.
I like what I saw from Lane there. Good strong rebound, brought it down, didn't rush it or anything, cleared it, let everybody clear, and then found Jace.
Hayes gets all the way to the rim, misses the layup. Might have been a little bit of contact, but that's been the norm. Again, Gatlin's going to handle the ball. Every catch we're looking diagonal. There it was again.
Yep. What a great look by Beckett.
Yeah.
Lane on the diagonal and finishing strong. So
Great assist by Beckett Scott. Big bucket by Lane. Yellowjackets take the lead back 4-3.
5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're going to get our first subs, I think, from each side, maybe. Looks like EA's going to come in.
Ball to the corner. That's number 4 with a miss. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds off of Hot Springs. We'll give that defensive board to Dawson Griffin.
So EA and Wilson Reed both come in. DJ and Lane sit down. So we're going to go.
And here comes the
with our
pressure.
4-guard look. So
Beckett
Coach
Scott.
Looks like Coach Scott kind of anticipated that pressure and got his 4 guards in the game. What a good move by Dawson.
Another great look. Very unselfish by Beckett Scott. Great dish. Griffin uses the rim to kind of protect for no block and puts the layup in. 6-3 Yellowjackets.
Even though Beckett scored 31 against Bauxite, he's really been a facilitator this year. He likes to spread the ball around, share it. He's leading the team in assists, right about 7 a game. So that's a pretty good number for a high school player.
Junior Williams with a 3-point basket ties the game at 6-all. 4 minutes in the first quarter. Into the corner to Anderson. Back out. Jace handling the pressure. Finds Dawson a little bit further out than he probably would have wanted to be. They're all coming now. Great dish.
Great cut by EA. Good finish at the basket.
I love it when a post player can pass. What a great look and finish. Finds the ball in the high post to number 10 for Hot Springs.
Hey, and as big as they are, both our bigs look to pass like that. They're very unselfish. They look to get it. They like to go inside, outside. So it's fun to watch when you see that stuff. Oh, big block by Dawson.
Huge block. Pass goes out of bounds. Another kind of unforced turnover, if you want to kind of use that tennis term. Unforced error. Going to rotate Lane in for Dawson. Dawson had a great start to the game. First about 5 minutes there was almost flawless.
And Coach is in that rhythm where he likes to be at. He likes to start his 2 bigs, and then he'll go to his 4-guard lineup, and then he'll start rotating Dawson and Lane a little bit. He needs a break, so they can make runs in the second half.
Hayes gets the rim on the left side with his right hand. Beckett Scott finds Gatlin back to Beckett. Again, his first look was that diagonal. That must have been scouted this week. Going to say the ball came off of Sheridan's going to go the other way. I think that's probably our 4th turnover already here in the first quarter. Need to limit those moving forward.
Goes back to what Coach Scott said he needed. So they got to take care of the basketball. Can't have the turnovers. They're going to force enough turnovers. We don't need to have the unforced ones.
Ball finds a great rotation over to Hayes on this side.
Good rebound.
Beckett gets a rebound. They're coming.
And there's your big man shooting his three. You should see the smile on Charlie Kinser's face right now. I called that play, Coach.
Well, that's a trail 3 look that is classic big man trail 3, and Lane's kind of he's owning it. I mean, he's getting 1 or 2 a game. Little scissor action out of bounds.
And listen, he's got great rotation on that shot. I mean, it's pretty. When it leaves his hand, it's pretty.
Yep. Little scissor screen action got Hayes to the nail, but he throws it out of bounds to one of the fans, back to the Yellowjackets. Beckett Scott at the top. Again in that gaudy Trojan at the top of the.
You gotta bounce that one.
Too many turnovers. Trying to find a backdoor cut. Van Hayes with behind the back. Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe it was a spin move behind the back. I don't know how he got there. And a foul called on the basket. So we're going to have a chance at an old-fashioned 3-point play. I'm going to go back to that old rule from when my socks were long and my shorts were short, if you're going to foul on a shot, you can't let the guy get the ball above the rim.
That's right. Now, in their defense, it was hard to get him slowed down because he was in a hurry. And he made, like I said, he made that good spin move, and it was impressive. Honestly, it was quick. Good movement by the Yellowjackets. EA thought about it, takes it to the basket, a little short. Big rebound by Wilson. He just got hammered. Okay, finally they called it. Great offensive rebound by Wilson. He crashed, got in there and got it, ripped it away. Took an elbow to maybe the forehead or the jaw, but they called it. And,
we talked about that pregame. He's had some very, very vital minutes.
That's right.
As a freshman, doing a really good job, eating up some clock.
I was gonna say that was a lot of hands.
Pushed him in the chest. Referee was a little bit late with the whistle, but it was there for sure. The way the coach reacted, that might be a second foul on number 1. Second foul on number 1. Williams.
Let's revisit Wilson just for a second. You know, Wilson is having to do things as a freshman that he's not been asked to do on many of the teams he's played on. He's been the focal point on most of the teams he's played on, right? And now he's brought into Coach Scott's system, and he's doing a lot of the things that he's not that he hasn't done them before, but he hasn't always been asked to do them. And so it's very fun to watch Wilson grow as a basketball player.
2 free throws, both go down for Dawson Griffin. So we are at a 13-10 lead for the Yellowjackets. 1:22 left here in the first. I would say that Coach Scott would be pleased with the pace of how the game's been played so far. Need to eliminate some of those unforced turnovers. Need to make sure that we finish out the quarter strong. Good rotation to get the ball to that side. Again, Hayes with a shot.
Good block out by Beckett to get that rebound.
Looks like a trap might be coming. Beckett sees that, so he changes sides. What a great dish again. Dawson Griffin with another finish. Big bucket, 15-10, 50 seconds left first quarter. Ball finds the corner for Hot Springs. Everybody's kind of standing around and watching to see what Van's going to do. He kicks it to the corner. What in the world's he going to call? He called that foul from over there.
That is probably one of the
most interesting things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yep, most interesting things I've seen in a minute.
I don't know that I've ever seen a referee call that call corner to corner on the court.
No.
That is not his call. It should not be his call, and he shouldn't even be looking there.
Well, he makes the first of 3. They're setting up their defense, getting ready for what that's going to look like. Makes the second one. We got one more to go.
Jason's going to check back in for EA. So you got him about a minute and a half of clock time break. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes on the bench, and he's coming back.
Hot Springs does not rebound. They go ahead and put all their guys back, let the inbounds play come in easy. 15-13 after all 3 free throws are made. Shot clock's off to end the first quarter. Would have loved to have been able to avoid those free throws. One shot. All right. The goal here is to get a dunk on the backside, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. Ball slides through Dawson's hands. Goes out of bounds. Another unforced error. Gonna 15-13, Yellowjackets, 11 seconds remaining. That's Van Hayes with the ball, top of the key. Find it to the corner. Here comes Van to the corner for the kick. He has not made a 3, and that has helped us in the first quarter. Unselfish kick ahead to Wilson. Gets it off a little bit after the buzzer.
So after a very interesting little sequence there, end of the first quarter, the Yellowjackets lead 15-13. No real foul trouble, and I didn't really expect it after watching the girls' game. I think, like I said, kid from Hot Springs has their lone 2 fouls. We've got 3 as a team, but nobody in foul trouble. Good rotation. You know, we've gone 7 so far deep. in the first quarter. Good minutes by everybody. Like I said, we got to eliminate those unforced errors.
Yeah, Coach Scott's down there talking to the guys right now, and I promise you the big thing he's saying is if you look at that scoreboard and we eliminate those errors, the gap is much, much bigger. Got to figure out a way to eliminate those unforced errors. And us as broadcasters, we got to do a better job talking about our sponsors real quick. I just looked down and saw my list. Again, it's just because it's not the normal night. We don't have Braden with us, but let us say thank you real quick. First Trust Home Loans, Roof Connect, Allen Gate and Panel, Weight Loss of Arkansas, and the Hop Shop.
And
Cotillas, yes.
And I really remember them right now because I am hungry.
That is fair. That is fair. I talked to Raul at Cotillas again today. We're going to do our middle school Christmas party there next Tuesday night. So
let's see. How can I slip into that party?
We'll figure out a way. Ball comes in, second quarter to start. We're going to start the ball in the hands of the Hot Springs Trojans. We're still showing that zone look. Dawson Griffin goes for the steal. Undercuts number 4 for Hot Springs. And they're going to call the second foul on Dawson. He's going to have to take a seat. This early in the second quarter, he's going to have to take a quick seat.
Yeah, you don't want to see him pick up a cheap third. As hard as he plays, as hard as he goes, him or Lane, either one. They play so hard down low. You don't want to see him pick up a cheap one, so you don't take that chance right now.
Good stuff there. We were able to dodge it. The shooter found himself in the corner, kind of open. We didn't throw it into the corner. We had a better plan. High post. They find the low post dunker spot. Ball is being moved around well by the Trojans. Number 12, Nick Haynes, finds his way to a left-handed push floater and ties the game at 15. Beckett Scott again looking for that diagonal, didn't find it. Pressure kind of is picked up. They're putting lots of ball pressure on Jace, a little bit less on the other guys. Let's talk to the coach there about being on the court. He was almost a defender right there. Called a double dribble, got a turnover, but if Beckett would have changed directions and gone anywhere but where he did, he would have stepped on Coach on the court.
And Coach Hayes does that pretty regular. It's one thing when the ball's on the opposite end like he is right now. Look at him. He's 3 or 4 feet out on the court right now. But he does it when the ball's at his end too.
He's definitely one of the highest energy coaches we have in the conference, for sure.
When the game's close. Kick it into the corner. Ooh. How do you get it off the glass there?
That's a hard shot to bank right there, but he'll celebrate it the same way.
That's
Nick
right.
Haynes, and the lead goes back to 3 now for the Trojans. Wilson Reed finds a way to play off 2 feet.
Right.
Really under control there. Nice look. Push floater from the elbow, 15 feet. Cuts the lead to only 1 for the Trojans as they move it around the top.
By Wilson right there. Didn't hesitate.
That's Van Hayes, dribbles to the top of the key. He had made one, so we kind of had played off a little bit. He finally puts one through the hoop. I think the scoreboard is wrong. I don't think that can be correct.
It should be 21-19.
I'll take it until they change it. Push floater there off 1 foot. Great contest by Trotter. What a great job defensively. Oh, and then he makes a rim run. I wish we could have found that. That would have been nice.
Now they switch it back. It's 21-17.
Is it right?
I think so. I thought it was 21-19, but maybe not. It was 18-15. Oh, yeah, that'd be right. 21-17.
Yellowjackets are going to find the ball on the baseline. It's a tough place to throw it in from way out there. Not sure if we're going to be able to get it to the rim or not, but we do. Padding his stats a little bit there.
Nice pass to himself off the backboard.
Yep, pad his stats, get an offensive rebound, and then make the basket. Good job there for Lane. 21-19, 2-point lead for the Trojans. 5:20 left to play in the half. Timeout Trojans on the far side. He's going to bring the group in and figure out what's going on. Yellowjackets are going to talk about what they're going to do next as well.
30-second timeout here by Hot Springs.
I'm guessing there must be something here, a defensive look they're trying to change maybe for the next trip down. Kind of a weird time to call a timeout, I thought, but got one of his assistants drawing something up, so to me that means it's probably not offense.
I wouldn't think so.
I
agree with you.
So as we watch the Hot Springs huddle, kind of in confusion why they called that timeout. Coming out now, they've got something drawn up that they're going to show us in just a second.
That was offensive play.
Wouldn't be shocked if the Yellowjackets come back out and show a man look now, just to kind of mix everything up.
That's what they're doing.
All right, so the look from the sideline didn't turn into anything. Now we're just in a half-court set. Find Van on the top. Judah Johnson in the lane. Makes the basket and gets fouled.
That's his second. So both big men have two now. Dawson's going to check back in for Lane, give him a little break, and now you'll see a little swapping in and out between the two of them, I think, for a little bit. Try to keep them both at two going into the half. 4:59 to go, 23-19 Hot Springs, shooting free throws, rattles in and out.
Johnson misses his free throw. Easy rebound because all the Trojans are back on defense, so Dawson again gets to add a tally mark to his rebound stats. Trotter there. Back of the top to Jace.
I guess that's because they want to not take the chance of getting a little cheap foul or something on the free throw line. I don't know. But all his teams have done that. Even when he was at Whitehall, they did that. Three by Wilson is a little short. Rebound offensively by Jace.
Offensive rebound turns into a bucket for Dawson Griffin. Cuts the lead back to only 2 points. Trojans lead by 2. 4:25 left to play in the half. Ball's kind of stalled there at the top with Hayes. Baseline, going to have to be careful running the baseline since Dawson has 2. I would say that 10 in the corner, being in the dunker spot, is a real thing. He is a dunker for sure. Misses that one. Rebound comes down to Beckett Scott.
That was really weird. DJ really mistimed his jump on that rebound, and that's not like him.
Wilson Reed this time, instead of taking the 3, gets to the rim.
Great take.
Wow. Good look there, Wilson Reed. Little shot fake, gets his guy up, gets a baseline drive, which is always kind of kryptonite for a defense. Gets to the rim and makes the layup. Ball finds the corner. Here comes Van Hayes from about 12, 13 feet. Explodes off the ground, makes a little 1-foot push floater. Again, the Trojans are leading by 2. Trotter on the right wing, skips to Beckett. Beckett in.
Nice.
Beckett into the high post. One dribble becomes the low post. Dawson Griffin with 2. Game is tied, 3 minutes left in the half. Dawson's clapping his hands, wants to get a big defensive trip here. Got to protect.
Corner 3 by Hot Springs rattles out. Rebound by Wilson, good rebound.
That's Darren Hicks for Hot Springs with a miss. Rebound Yellowjackets. Again, I keep seeing Beckett look to that diagonal every single trip. We're going to call it on the floor.
Very strong rebound by Dawson. Made a good spin move, and they had to foul him. Otherwise, he was going to, and he did make it. He never listened. So, hey, add something about Wilson. You saw now, Jason's getting to get off the ball away from Beckett, and now you're able to spread him out because Wilson's handling the ball well. And that's something he can do because he's done it. Sheridan's going to call timeout.
Coach Scott's going to draw up this baseline play. This is a big one, tie game, 2:35. You definitely want to go into the half with the lead if you can, kind of build that momentum. So he's going to make this trip important. Not that they're all important, but he's going to make this one real important and make sure that they know exactly what they're going to do. Also now with all the film, everything, all the formations make sense, and they know how to defend. So this may be something that they've worked on. He wants to make sure that one guy knows exactly where to go. Just kind of a reminder here as we come out and get this baseline inbounds play.
Yeah, and Coach Scott loves to do this. He loves to take that time out to draw up an inbounds play, especially on the baseline. And if it's something he draws up, you can almost bet that he saw it laying in bed last night watching college basketball.
I'll be honest with you, I still send him 1 or 2 a year, and I always draw one on a beverage napkin at least once a season. Trotter to the rim, gets pushed off big time. Doesn't go in. It's going to be our chance again. It's going to be our shot again. Trotter got to the rim, kind of got pushed, no call. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Hot Springs, so we're going to try it again.
That's what they're trying to do. They were trying to wrap.
It's a big
Jason
push.
Around.
That's big time. That's
Good
big time.
move by Dawson Griffin. That's a big kid down there. He's pushing on.
And he used the baseline behind the basket, but then he had to get back in front of the basket to get it above the rim.
I guess you can do that when you're 6'7", right?
I don't know.
I've never been able to reach that far, so I couldn't tell you.
Skip pass by the Trojans, moving the ball around the perimeter. Anthony Thomas, a sub that's come into the game. Anthony Thomas, a junior from the top of the key, kind of bounces off Beckett Scott, makes that one. Might be the first look of the night for Jace Gatlin. Very smart play. Very smart play by Hot Springs. Jace was standing out of bounds, and so couldn't really control the ball. He just handed it to him out of bounds. Going to be Hot Springs ball. I think Coach Scott might be a little aggravated because that one didn't go in. That's been one he's taken several times and made this year, though.
A long one early in the shot clock, and I think that's what the concern is.
Wilson Reed gets another hard assignment here, having to stay in front of Van Hayes, but great that that's the case. It's showing confidence in a freshman. Again, the theme tonight is young players. Right now, as I look around, I don't think there's a senior on the floor for either team.
I think you're right. 2 juniors, 3 juniors, and sophomore and freshman for us.
Zero uses that right arm to clear a little space. Ball screen turns into another miss for Hayes. He's 1 for 5 or 6 from 3 now. The one he made did hurt us a little bit, but it's only been once.
Oh, I thought you were going to get that roll.
I did too. Shooter's bounce almost falls for Anderton. First time tonight that they've had a really good transition look. We were able to stop the ball. Trail 3 is a miss.
Good rebound by DJ.
Trotter goes way up to get that board. Beckett Scott brings the transition back. Under a minute to play in the half.
And one. Not going to happen, I don't think. Another great entry pass in and a good strong move by Dawson Griffin. That's 14 for him in the first half. 35 seconds to go.
Assist Beckett Scott, bucket Dawson Griffin. We've said that several times tonight. Ball moves around the perimeter. Again, sub. The 6th man, Anthony Thomas, comes to play and makes another bucket. This time it's a 3. Right now, with 17 seconds, last chance of the half for the Yellowjackets. 30-29, Hot Springs in the lead. Moving the ball to the corner. 4 seconds left. Tried to run that lob play again.
It was there. I think Coach Scott said a little something to Beckett about the pass. But we'll go into the half, down 30-29. First half. Again, Dawson's got 14. Beckett's got 2 points, but I bet you Beckett probably has
7 or 8.
at least.
Yep. 7 or 8 assists.
5 to 7.
Yep.
I'll leave that middle number out because I can't stand that, you know. But yeah, good strong half by the Yellowjackets. Doing some of the stuff Coach Scott wanted, getting back on defense. keeping the ball in front of them, taking care of the basketball. A little stuff tough in the first half, the first quarter, tighten up in the second quarter. Good minutes by the freshman Wilson Reed. Come in, got some rebounds, made a couple shots. You got to be happy with where you stand right now. A 1-point game on the road in your conference opener against a very athletic Hot Springs Trojans team. So I think Coach Scott, while he's not going to, we all know him, he's not going to be happy in the locker room. There's stuff to work on always, because this very easily could be a 5 or 6 or 7 to 8 point lead for the Yellowjackets right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that where we are right now is kind of a product of what happened on the floor. I think Coach Scott had a really good defensive set ready to play tonight and kind of changed up and showed zone, which he doesn't show very often. So far in the first half, Hot Springs hadn't shot it great from outside. They've made a couple, but they haven't. They're well below 50%, probably below 30%. Going to have to continue to rebound that first shot. I think that was a big part of the good that happened in the first half on the defensive end. They were getting one shot and one look only. Several guys got involved, team effort, block out, and get those rebounds. A lot of guard rebounds in the first half.
That's right, yes. On the defensive end, when the ball goes up, Sheridan's done a very good job of crashing the boards, keeping Hot Springs off. The off guard coming across and getting that rebound, coming in and getting the rebound. So, done a very good job. I've heard a lot about Van Hayes. I've not seen him in person until tonight. It looked like he's only got 9 points, and I really felt like he had more than that the way he's played, but he doesn't. So they've spread it around pretty good.
He handled the ball well, got to his spots. For our sake, good for the Yellowjackets. A lot of shots didn't go down. He had lots of great looks. They just didn't go down in the first half.
And they're putting good pressure on him out top and forcing him to make those moves. So when you got to expend that much energy, sometimes the ball doesn't fall. And of course, having to constantly float it over a 6'7", 6'5", that's something. I was going to say earlier, that's something I don't remember the last time we played Hot Springs and we actually had the height advantage. Hot Springs has the one big guy that can jump out of the gym. Other than that, they're not really, really long like we've seen in the past. Right now, there's about 5 minutes to go. We'll take a small break. We'll come back with the second half. All right, welcome back to Hot Springs. I guess they would call it Trojan Arena or Hot Springs Arena. About 30 seconds to go here at halftime. The Yellowjackets trail by 30-29. After a solid first half, here we are just like in the girls' game. Sheridan is out of the locker room, ready to go. And now here they come. Hot Springs is starting to make their way out on the floor. So we'll be underway here in just a minute. Coach, let's look at what do we need to see in the second half for the Yellowjackets to come away with the victory here.
I think we got a game that's going to end somewhere in the low 70s. I think we've got to see some baskets made. I'm sure in halftime we did some work to figure out how we're gonna stop that penetration and the kick out, and we've got to find a way to make a three basket.
That's right.
Yeah, that's something that we did a great job scoring with our down low post scoring because of all the chances that we made with those passes, but we didn't make a whole bunch of threes in the first half. Ball.
I would say that probably what you want to do is start running screens for Lane and get those threes, right?
I think that was the only one we made in the first
I
half.
think you're right.
Lob pass, a huge catch, great catch by Bickford. Turnover, Sheridan
to start. Ready for that now.
12 says he's a shooter and makes the basket.
That's his second three of the game.
That's how he started the game, was with a three in the corner. So now he's got he's got 3 threes. He made the one that had the kiss off the glass too.
The off the glass in the corner.
Yep. So here we go. Trotter for 3. Good job by Lane there, not getting the foul, but putting enough pressure on Hot Springs that they knock it out of bounds. Inbounds play coming here for Sheridan.
And one. Oh.
All right, so again, Dawson kind of gets pushed underneath. Wasn't able to make that basket, but it is going to turn into 2 free throws.
Good strong move by Dawson. Good look by Beckett on the out-of-bounds play.
First free throw does not fall. It's a miss. 33-29, Hot Springs. 7:17 left to play in the third. Early here in the third quarter. Second one's nothing but net. Both teams break that 30 threshold. 33-30, Hot Springs.
Bounce that out of bounds.
Ball back up top to Hayes. Skip to the shooter. They're going to call a push foul on Lane Bickford.
All the stuff that... I'm sorry. Not hard on it.
Here comes Wilson Reed in for Lane. Lane with 3 here early in the third quarter. Going to give the ball to Hayes on the baseline. He finds Deron Hicks.
Good block by Dawson Griffin right there.
I apologize for the first half. I had a bad roster. Called Mr. Hicks by an incorrect first name. Deron Hicks, number 4 for Hot Springs. Beckett Scott, top of the key, moves it to Jace. Jace Gatlin. That one came off his hand, kind of funny. Ends up being a rebound for Hayes as he brings it down the floor. How? I'm not sure. Okay. Baseline inbounds play for Hot Springs. Ball comes into Hicks. Back to Hayes. Going to reset, bring it to the top of the key with about 20 left on the shot clock. Beckett Scott giving him some space. Going to see what we're going to do here.
Oh, that's moving.
Scissor screen on the zone. It's a pretty standard screen there when you've got that zone 2 guy up front. You just kind of screen both of them and let your ball handler get through. Missed the shot though. Rebound to the Yellowjackets. Back in the half court. Looks like we're trying to slow the game down just a little bit. Might just be taking a second to figure out what look we're looking for.
Dawson's working hard, working real hard. He's attacking the basket. Kind of looks like they're going to, surely not, but looks like the refs are going to tighten up a little bit. They've called a couple of fouls that maybe have been let go in the first game and a half tonight, you know.
Set play there, got the ball to the corner, set a back pick so that Dawson could get to the rim. No way to stop that, so they just knocked him on the arm. Dawson takes advantage, makes a free throw while the clock's not running. All right.
Dawson makes them both. 33-32 with 5:35 to go in the third quarter.
I don't know if you guys could see that on camera or not, but whatever that setup was recognized very quickly by the Yellow Jacket coaching staff, and they knew what was going on there. Great scouting. One of the things that Coach Scott's done as long as I've been in Sheridan is he is one of the best get-readies of anybody that I know.
And there you go. There's that play by Wilson. First he penetrates and finds Dawson. Dawson kind of gets that little bit of bump as he's going up. Ball comes out. Wilson there with the big rebound, goes up big, goes up strong, and gets fouled, goes to the line.
So many people, especially young with not a whole lot of varsity experience, would have rushed that and probably just got it blocked. But that little shot fake delay is what got him a chance to get that body bump, get the ball up to the rim, have a chance, and now he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Makes the first one.
That ties the game back up at 33.
And makes them both. So Wilson Reed with a 2 for 2 on the free throws right there. Puts the Yellow Jackets up 1.
That's Van Hayes, ball in his hands. We've said that several times tonight. He is the primary ball handler, point guard for Hot Springs. Little weave action, back to Hayes. That one finds the bottom of the hoop. Going to stretch the lead to 2 for Hot Springs, 36-34. Ball moves around the top for the Yellow Jackets. Lots of looks inside, trying to find that spot. And that must be, again, part of the game plan, looking for that piece. Wilson handles the ball, kicks it to Jace Gatlin, who gets to the rim, about an 8-foot floater. Ties the game back with 4.5 minutes left to play. Scores 36 all. Hicks makes the drive on the baseline, and ball gets knocked out of bounds, gives us a chance to kind of reset our defense and get ready here in the half court.
Just making a note to myself, work on floater with 6th grade girls. We've seen it all night. Good block out by Wilson. Good rebound, finds Jace. Gonna push it a little bit.
Trotter at the top of the key, all the way to the rim, gets hit in the head, and one. Chance to make it a 3-point play at the free throw line. It's kind of like they just had the defense spread out just enough. Find Trotter at the free throw line. One big pound dribble gets him to about 7 or 8 feet.
Hot Springs gonna call the timeout. 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. 38-36 Yellow Jackets. Going with DJ going to the line, trying to get the old-fashioned 3-point play.
While we're in this break, I know we're both hungry. We both raced from work to get over here. I'm going to mention Cotija again. They're in South Sheridan. Hungry is a good word. Cotija is the thing. Yep.
Beef and shrimp quesadilla and about 6 pounds of chips.
Once we do that, then we're
salsa.
going to have to go see Melissa, though. Yep. Weight Loss Arkansas. They're on the square, so it all kind of works together. Roof Connect, don't forget Roof Connect, First Trust Home Loans. Again, we can't do this without our sponsor, so we want to tell them thank you over and over again. Tons of gratitude because this is important. I know we like to see the fans here in the seats, but sometimes that's not possible, so we want to be able to keep you up to date on what's going on. Trotter with a missed free throw. That's going to come down to Hot Springs. For the first time in a long time, the ball does not come down the floor with Hayes. Changed it up a little bit. They've got a sub guard, Eli Reed, a junior's handling the ball at the top of the key. Now he finds Hayes into the corner to Hicks. Wilson Reed saying his name again.
Right. Oh, what a look, what a pass, what a catch. Just didn't finish.
Great look. Kind of was sped up and not in the best place. Give Beckett Scott the win there. Great contest on the other end by Beckett Scott.
What a late call. What a late call.
I don't mind if you call it, but I wish he would have called it before the ball went through the hoop.
Because it could have been. I mean, I'm not complaining about the call itself. I'm calling the timing is horrible. The timing was horrible. He waited and waited and waited. And I know that I had this conversation with the head of officials last year at Sheridan about that. He said they want to make sure they get calls right, but that was a little bit much.
3 minutes left here in the third. 2-point lead to the Yellowjackets. Ball in the corner to the shooter. Giving him lots of, calling him the shooter, giving him lots of credit. Nick Haynes has kind of earned that title, though. That's 4 threes for Nick Haynes tonight. All with a hand in his face, just shooting the ball. Ball finds Wilson Reed on the wing, back up top to Gatlin. That 1-pound dribble finds Beckett Scott on the left side. And this time we're going to call the foul on Wilson Reed. Looks like the whistles are starting to come a little bit quicker now, as far as more of them.
I realized Wilson had 3 fouls.
He joins Lane Bickford and Dawson Griffin as the other 2 Yellowjackets with 3. 2:35 left to play. Trojans have retaken the lead. They're up by 1. Ball finds Hayes on the wing. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound comes off to the Yellowjackets. Beckett Scott pushes, finds Jace Gatlin in the corner. I don't know if we've gone this long without saying Jace for 3.
Yeah, would have made 3. No, I agree with you. And that one looked like it was in rhythm.
He shoots it well in transition.
Yeah, good find by Beckett.
That's Hayes on the baseline, slips through. Big rebound by Dawson Griffin. Gatlin holds the ball. Dangerous pass, finds Beckett Scott. Wilson Reed on the wing, finds Beckett at the top. All the way.
Oh. Dawson was going up for the dunk. I think he tried to get a dunk. And got blocked by number 10, and then we didn't get back in transition. Easy layup for Van Hayes.
That's going to be a blocking foul on the baseline. Here come a couple new, fresh Yellowjackets. We got Lane, Bickford, and Anderton coming into the game.
We're in the bonus, so for the last minute, 22 of the quarter, we'll shoot 2 free throws. So Wilson will shoot 2. So
That one's off the back.
Is he going to go back with his, he's going back to the 2 bigs. So Lane will come in for DJ. Looks like EA is going to come in for Wilson. Good minutes by DJ right there in the third quarter. He came out and played a good, strong third quarter.
Wilson resets, makes that 3.
Makes it 41-39, Yellowjackets. Wilson again, he gave great minutes in the third quarter here. So a minute 18 to go. Hot Springs has the ball.
Ball up top. I don't have a scouting report on Eli Reed, but if that's going to be the shot, I'd let him shoot it again.
I think you're right. I'm going to guess that's not the way it was drawn up.
All right, Coach Scott's putting a set in, looking for high-low pass work. Instead, Bickford with a huge rebound. Nice. Anderton with the floater. That's been a theme tonight. Like you said, maybe that's where we're headed. Ball moves around the top of the key. Unselfish, looking for the best shot. Hot Springs continues to move the ball.
They have had good ball movement tonight, haven't they?
Van Hayes has a chance to go baseline. Instead, he loses the ball to the Yellowjackets. We're going to slow it down and wait in the corner. Bickford finds it at the elbow.
And we'll reset.
Joe
For
Scott.
the last shot.
This third quarter has flown by.
And there it is.
Made three by Jace Gatlin. That won't count as it bounces off into the bleachers. And with that shot, the lead is now is 3 points. Yellowjackets lead 44-41 as we wrap up the third quarter and go into the final 8 minutes of the game, leading by 3.
Yeah, great third quarter by the Yellowjackets. We were down 2 at the half.
2 at the half after the last second shot, and come out in the third quarter, overcome. They got to the basket a lot in the third quarter. We're going to need to do a better job keeping them on the perimeter. They got to the lane and used the baseline quite a few times. Luckily, we did a great job treeing up and helping down on the block. And like you've mentioned a couple times, when you're 6'7", 6'5" down there, it looks like it's tough to finish in that space, and we continue to get those rebounds.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, the little bit of basketball that I played when I was younger, I had a hard time floating over guys, but I was 5'7". It's got to be easier when you're 6 foot, right?
Coming out in the fourth quarter, I think that the arrow's going to be to the Trojans. We're going to start on defense to start the fourth. Obviously, a stop here and a basket would be a great way to kind of keep this momentum after Jace's bucket in the corner to finish the third.
Looks like we'll start with 4 of the starters: Beckett Scott, Jace Gatlin, Dawson Griffin, and Lane Bickford, and go with EA, Ethan Anderson, to start the fourth quarter. It looks like Hot Springs is going with their starters.
Hot Springs is not actually. I'm sorry. Eli Reed did not start the game tonight. He's been getting tons of minutes. He's got the ball in his hands right now. There's Van Hayes at the top. He moves it off to the left wing, back to Van at the top. He's going to find his way to the elbow. Got hit on the arm. Yep. That's number 10, Johnson. He's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Maybe a little break right there. It could have been on Lane, but they called it on Ethan Anderson. Lane's still down there talking about making his case that he was straight up, and they didn't call it on him, so he was straight up.
Johnson at the free throw line misses the first. Johnson, a sophomore for Hot Springs, misses the first free throw. Again, he doesn't have there they break the small huddle there with Coach Hayes and end up back on defense. Lead by 2 points, 7:41 remaining in the game. The third quarter seemed like it flew by.
It did.
The end of the third quarter kind of snuck up on me, so I'm going to pay attention to the clock here in the fourth a little bit better. Ball moving around the top, trying to get it into the high post, but instead we find Anderton in the corner, who finds his way to the rim.
Very nice. And I feel like EA's starting to get his basketball legs under him. He's hurt, had the shoulder thing, wasn't able to do a lot, and he's just now, you're starting to see what he was at the end of last season, I think.
Well, he's always been a defensive specialist.
That's right.
Hayes at the top of the key, makes a 3, cuts it to 1, 46-45, Yellowjackets. 7 minutes left to play in the game. My favorite thing going back to EA's layup is he got from the three-point line in a jump stop to the rim in one dribble. That's what made that possible. Kind of took it up over. Got it back from the baseline, back out to Beckett Scott, down to 10 on the shot clock. Beckett Scott, 7 on the shot clock, looking for a way to get to the rim. Two on the shot clock. I'm sure everyone sees it. 2 on the shot clock. Ball's going to stay with the Yellowjackets. Going to see a fresh face for Hot Springs.
He played a little bit in the first half. That's the one that we were talking about. Dawson made a good strong move on him.
Ball's into Anderton, who gets the shot off. Interesting that they blew that whistle. Ball had made possession to the Trojans, but they went ahead and called the shot clock violation and put the ball back in the Trojans' hands. Clock's moving, 6:19 left to play. Ball finds Hicks on the right side. That's Reed with the ball back to Hicks. Miss. Rebound comes down to Lane Bickford. Finds the point guard, Beckett Scott. Jogs the ball over half court. Gets ready there in the helmet. Anderton on the wing, back to Beckett Scott. Couldn't find the inside look that he was looking for. Gatlin in the corner, back to Beckett Scott. The defensive pressure is kicked up just a little bit. We're not getting that same look we were getting before. Ball was loose and kind of bouncing around. Coach Scott goes ahead and calls a timeout, gives us a chance to recoup. Want to make sure that we know that we have 8 on the shot clock when we come back out. We're out of 30-second timeout, so we're going full timeout. Teams will sit, get a rest, get a drink. We'll take this chance to mention Darren Hobson in the Hop Shop again, custom apparel, uniforms. We're not far, it seems crazy, but we're not far from youth baseball uniforms or a fill-in uniform for a Pee Wee basketball team. Got travel volleyball starting up. If you need any of those type things, polos for work, reach out to Darren Hobson at the Hop Shop.
I believe he did the shooting shirts for the Yellowjackets this year. That little short sleeve hoodie, pretty sharp looking shooting shirt this year. So.
First Trust Home Loans, I won't pretend at all that I know about interest rates, but I know they're lower now than they were 6 months ago. So go check out First Trust Home Loans if you need to check about a new mortgage or a refi. Allen Gate and Panel. Shot clock's down to 5. 3. Beckett Scott from distance. Off the edge of the rim. They're going to call a travel. And then the same guy from the far side is going to change it again.
There's no way you can go.
White 2. Called it on White 2. Wow. So not only did the original call of travel get overturned, the same guy from the same spot called a foul on White 2, and everybody's confused. Ball to the Yellowjackets. We'll take it. Big to big, big push. Big push. Ball comes down to Van Hayes, who pushes it down the court. We lead 46, Yellowjackets lead 46-45. Number 10, who's kind of been the high post guy all night, sneaks into the high post. Johnson, basket. Van Hayes from 15 feet, and the lead is now back to the Trojans by 1. Trojans lead the Yellowjackets 47-46. Ball on the far wing to Gatlin.
It's interesting how every time they try to make that entrance pass to Dawson, he's got his arm in Dawson's back shoving him out.
All right, turnover. Going to put the ball back in the hands of the Yellowjackets. Kind of interesting to me that number 12, Haynes, has been on the bench for quite a while for Hot Springs. Not sure what's going on there. Also, they've stayed with number 3 for quite a while. Ball at the top. Ball finds Jace Gatlin in the corner. Usually he finds a spot.
Oh, what a block.
They're going to call that just a block, no foul, and going to let him shoot it again. I'm sorry, and let him have it on the baseline. Trotter coming in. Trotter enters the game for Lane Bickford. Interesting personnel for Hot Springs. Usually at this point you want your guys that started to be back in the game.
Oh, we ain't gonna move with that.
Loose ball gets away. Hicks gets
what a block by Dawson.
What?
There's no way he called that a foul.
Fouls on number 13, Dawson Griffin. His third foul. Team foul number 2.
I'm going to tell you that I feel like that was a makeup because I think he wishes he would have called the one when Van went to the basket a second ago. But neither one of them were. They were both blocks. That one was unbelievably clean. That is unbelievable.
Deron Hicks at the line. Sophomore Deron Hicks makes the first free throw. Up. Spreads the lead to 2. Trojans by 2 tonight. Nick Haynes has re-entered the game for the Trojans.
He makes them both, so a 3-point lead for the Trojans with 3:49 to go.
Beckett Scott, Dawson Griffin, DJ Trotter, Jace Gatlin, and Anderton. Anderton's played quite a few minutes here in the second half. Backdoor look. Great kick to Anderton. Back to Jace Gatlin, who handles the ball, kind of pushes out, kind of resets. Ball entry pass back to Trotter.
I thought that was down from here.
That's one of those ones that you want to see fall in a place like this in the game. 3 minutes, 19 seconds, down 3. Ball finds Haynes. Now Van has the ball up top. It's kind of turned into a one-man game. There's the three-point basket, or three-point shot missed. Finds the back of the rim. Long rebound reset to the Hot Springs Trojans. Again, back in Van Hayes' hands. Kind of doing a one-man show. Off to Hicks. Bounces around, comes down to Anderton. Ahead to Gatlin. He's going to rim it. And finish. Make the layup.
Quick timeout. Wants to get his subs in. Going to bring in Lane and Wilson.
As Lane comes into the game, we'll mention his mama's business. Weight Loss of Arkansas. They're on the square. And then again, as my stomach growls, I'll say Cotilla's name again because it's the theme. No doubt about it.
I'm going to need you to stop doing that. I am very hungry. If only we were around somewhere where we could get some good food, right? Of course, it's going to be a little late. I don't know if I'm allowed to eat this late or not. I've got the boss with me tonight, so I'm not real sure what I get to do and what I don't get to do. Most of those late nights I can slip in fast food somewhere and just go home and say I was hungry. Oh, I'm just hungry. I didn't eat anything.
Wow. I looked and the spot that I had on my mind closed at 8 o'clock, so I'm going to probably just roll home and have a sandwich. All right, here we go. 2:37 left in the game. Wouldn't have it any other way. Tight game here at Hot Springs. I would have told you this was kind of a pick'em game at their place when we started if somebody would have asked. And we're right there, 2:37 left. Nobody's in foul trouble. Need to get stops. Need to get stops right now. Always seems like when we come out of one of these breaks, it's always their ball.
Yeah, right.
So Wilson Reed re-enters the game. He's had a really, really good game. He's going to be the one who's in charge of keeping everybody out of the middle right now. Done a fantastic job in the zone tonight doing that. Ball moves around the top.
I know Hayes has made some threes tonight. I just don't know what his range is. You know, how far do you chase him out there? That's another one of those. We'll take that shot all night, right? We'll let 35 go to the basket all night and try to
35 contested layup with 6-7 hands in front of him. That is a win for us.
That's right.
And as it should be, it came off and ends up being a rebound to the Yellowjackets, a held ball that ends up in our hands. The only bad thing that happened in that trip is that means that next time there's a held ball, it will be theirs.
That's right.
Dawson putting his work together, goes right through his chest, bucket. Yellowjackets lead with under 2 minutes, 50-49 Yellowjacket. That's one of those I'm glad that the defender didn't fall down because they might have called that an offensive foul, but you got to kind of play through their chest every once in a while.
say I'm kind of surprised that number 10 was not a little more aggressive on defense there this late in the game, right? He's only got 2 fouls. Take a chance.
1:31 left in the game. Beckett Scott handles the ball.
Of course, there's a real strong move by Dawson there, so that was really good. So there's Jace going in and getting it, and one.
Gatlin with a tough layup again, going through a chest. That is a skill when you're working on these offensive moves, is getting into the contact yourself and initiating that contact rather than getting hit. Goes through the defender's chest, ends up at the free throw line, chance for a 3-point play. Lead spreads to 4 points with 1:17 left to play.
That's what I can tell you as a smaller guy is that when you go into big guys, go in and make contact because then they can't get off the ground, and that helps a bunch. And that's what Jace did there. Great move by Jace. And he knocks down the free throw. 53-49 with 1:16 to go.
4 points left. Our 4-point lead, 1:11 left to play. Only a couple possessions left in the game. We're going to stay in the zone look. Pressure's amped up just a little bit. Hicks gets to the elbow, kicks, finds the shooter in the corner. Floater short, rebound, Lane Bickford.
Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, also know that we're not in the bonus yet, so they're going to have to start fouling. 4-point lead, 48 seconds. That's only the 4th foul. That's only foul number 4. Coach Hayes is going to call the timeout. He's going to bring his team in and let's talk about what's going on. He still has a smile on his face, but I know he's thinking, man, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to start fouling. He's going to have to hope that we don't make them. I think you have the group on the floor right now that you want shooting free throws.
They're trying to figure out where they're going to throw the ball in. Remind me what happened there. How did he call? Josh and Hot Springs called the timeout, but
Yes.
It's our ball, right?
It's our ball. The foul.
The foul. Okay. The foul was about midcourt, so they're going to put us in on the far end, just by the scorer's table, near the Hot Springs bench, and then 48 seconds. So that's 2 shot clocks.
You know, I mean, if he fouled right there, does he foul again right away right now and put us on the line, or do you take your chances first and then? What I'm asking, was he just getting to 4 so that the option is there when he needs it?
I think that foul was to get to this plan. I think he wanted this timeout. The foul happened right in front of his bench. I think he told his player to foul so he could get this timeout and make a plan for what they were going to do. I think it just amps up the pressure. If a foul happens, it happens. But I think you amp up the pressure, face guard our players, try to get the ball in somebody's hands and then pressure them.
But he's not. He's not pressuring.
Yet.
Yeah, no, but I mean.
Looks like a zone look. Little almost run and jump look. Oh, great job, Beckett, jumping to the ball. And there's foul number 5. I've been watching Beckett Scott shoot free throws since High Point Camp when he was in the maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. Not a great scout, but he's not the guy I'm going to foul.
No, I agree.
All right, defense for offense.
Maybe, right? Yeah.
Want
Bring EA in.
to be able to guard. Want to be able to guard the post a little bit better then, because now with this lead of 6, we're going to have to find a 3-point basket pretty quick.
Got to be able to close out like right here.
They're going to call a block. Yeah,
He turned.
He did not take that square in the chest. He kind of started to fall a little bit early. I love that he got there. I don't know that I would have wanted to take that one either. And that's going to stop the clock and let Hicks shoot a couple free throws. .8 seconds left.
And he was there. He was there to take that. And 4 was not going to check up.
Expect some full court pressure here.
And here it comes.
Lead cuts to 4, 28.8 seconds left. We're in that time of the game where there's going to be fouls. Got through that one big time. Clock continues to tick. Clock continues to tick. Wilson Reed goes to the line. 18 seconds, 4 points, 2 shots.
You know, Wilson iced the PA game with some free throws with about the same situation. So let's see if he comes through again.
He does.
First one. They gave it to the wrong side.
Scoreboard's wrong again. It should be 56-51.
He's fixing it.
57-51. Oh, and they started the clock early too. Thank you. It should be 57-51. We're up 6. Chance for a turnover.
How can you leave him alone? There's a lot of kids I'd leave alone, and that's not one of them.
I think that makes 5 threes for Nick Haynes tonight.
Right. What's his number?
He has 15 points. Yep.
He should have 17. He made a 2-point basket. But that's his fifth three. That was a wide open look.
Here's what I want to talk about. Yellowjackets are up 3 points with only 6.4 seconds left. Basically, all we have to do is get the ball inbounds, take about 2 dribbles, and we get to celebrate and drive home with a win.
I'm going to guess that we get fouled before the second dribble.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Now, we've got to get it in. They're going to be, you got to assume that they're going to be very high pressure right now. I think Hot Springs is out of timeouts. I think Sheridan still has 3 left. So we'll see what happens. I know Coach Scott won't hesitate to call the timeout if it looks like we're not getting the ball in. So
3-point lead, 6.4 seconds to start the conference tournament. Or conference season. This is a neat way to do this. Interesting look. It's legal. 4.5 seconds left. Beckett Scott goes to the line, up 3. You talked about double-digit scores, and I'm looking up at the board. Tonight we only have 2.
That's right. 19 for Dawson, 10 for Jace.
Beckett Scott spreads the lead to 4. Makes it 5 with 4 seconds left. Got to throw it in. Clock's running. Going to have a chance to make this basket, but that's going to be the game. Ball game, Yellowjackets. It's a big deal to win on the road in the conference anywhere.
No doubt about it.
Big deal to start 1-0. Both the girls and the guys tonight want to celebrate the Yellowjackets closing this out 59-54.
What a great, I think it was a great team win. Yeah, Dawson had 19, Jace had 10. But if you look at the minutes that were given, look at the rebounds that Lane Bickford pulled down. Look at the effort that Wilson Reed gave tonight. The defense that EA came in and played. Beckett distributing the ball. I mean, I don't know if you could pick a player of the game tonight.
What a great game plan too. Just overall, setting up and playing the zone instead of the usual man. Early in the game, using that diagonal and finding all the plays down low in the post. Tons of good stuff tonight, and we get to drive home tonight with 2 victories and start the conference season, both girls and boys, 1 win, no losses in the conference.
Yeah, like I said, ran through that gauntlet of a non-conference to get to this point. So you start, it's like a whole new season right now. So you got 3 seasons, right? You have the non-conference, you have your conference season, and then you hope turns into postseason play. So, great night. Started out a little shaky for me, trying to get everything set up. Sorry it took me so long, and hopefully we don't have any scheduling mixed, cross-ups. Not cross-ups.
Just double booked.
Double booked. Make up a junior high game that got lost due to weather. So, hopefully we'll have Braden back with us next time, and I won't be responsible for all this. We're going to hope we get it put up so that Braden can find it all. And but We will be back with you the next time. We'll be at El Dorado in January. I think January 9th, I believe, is the next time we're on the road in conference play. So
Chance to watch the Yellowjackets Friday night at home against Arkadelphia.
that's right.
2 conference opponents next week, both at home again. So lots of chances to watch Yellowjacket basketball over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so great night tonight. Great win for both Jackets teams. Congratulations to the boys and the girls. And we will rock and roll into Friday night against Arkadelphia.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great night.